Welcome in, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am your GM, Caito, and I'm here with a fantabulous table full of amazing people. But first, what is this wild, kooky, crazy adventure? This is Pale Harvest Part 2, the re-harvesting. Nope, never mind. This is Pale Harvest. This is a two-parter series that we have been running here over on Folk&Myth. It's actually, incidentally, a four-part series that we have been running for the last month or so, a little bit over, wherein my lovely home game players had established the lore and background of this world here, and we brought all of that juicy D&D goodness here to this table, full of amazing people. Speaking of these amazing people, I want to introduce you to these amazing people. They are all fantastic artists and all around badass human beings. So we're going to go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves, tell us who you're playing tonight, and then we'll do a longer outro towards the end of the game. Let's start with April.
Hi everyone, my name is April Prime. I'm a concept artist and illustrator, and I am playing Pixion Dawnmane, the Centaur Paladin of Paylor, Champion of the Sun.
Heck yeah, we're gonna pop it over to Aaron.
Hi, my name's Aaron Miller, and I'm also an illustrator, mostly working on Magic the Gathering and D&D and stuff like that. I'm playing a Squirrel, a Furbolg Druid, Circle of the Moon, and Roller of Ones.
Yeah, Roller of Ones. Our friend Janelle is not here just yet. They're running just a little bit behind, but I will, when they get here, we'll give a little intro to them. They will be playing Arthur, the tiefling barbarian and proprietor of the Greasy Spoon, a local dive that these folks frequent over in Crossroads. We're popping it to Lauren.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Brown. I am an illustrator and an art director working on Magic the Gathering, and I am playing my tiefling death domain cleric, Moo.
Love it. I love Moo. She's precious. Protect Moo at all costs.
Lover of bones.
Lover of bones. Relatable. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Tyler, tell us about you and your character.
Not leastly, I am playing a character named Talonback. He's our resident rogue warlock, so as a hex buckler. I'm an artist for Magic the Gathering and miniature designer for Critical Role.
Heck yeah! That's right, friends. We have a table full of badass artists who work all over in the TTRPG space, and we will talk a little bit further about that a bit later on. But if you're here, that's because you like Folk and Myth or these faces, or you would like to donate to a charitable cause, which the whole reason why we're running this is because we are raising money for World Central Kitchen. I'm going to bring up my notes here on this. So World Central Kitchen was founded in 2010 by Chef Jose Andres. It is a nonprofit organization that is first to the front lines providing fresh meals in response to crises. World Central Kitchen has served over 4 million nourishing meals around the world. Join us in supporting this incredible organization and all the amazing work they do across the globe. I am so happy to tell you all that we absolutely smashed our original fundraising goal and our stretch goal, and now we're working on our double stretch goal. So this is the last game of the fundraiser that we've been doing for this past week in collaboration with Guild Superior and Phoenix Iwaki. Some of the incredible incentives provided by our players tonight, you can follow that donation link there to see all of them, but they include things like advantages and healing potions for the party, which, by the way, they'll probably need. You can also buy me the GM advantages, which I'll probably need. But also tonight, you could get your hands on some incredible pieces of art from these badass human beings, like a set of Wild Menagerie cards as done by Aaron for your 5e druids, or for your beasts of fantasy. You can also get your hands on digital art made of your character by April Prime and Tyler Walpole. You've got tokens and proxies for Magic the Gathering, as well as a gorgeous tapestry of the Mighty Nine by Janelle. And we've got game mats, coloring books, and metal plates featuring Lauren's amazing art. So do check out that link if you're interested in those. Special shout out to Tim at Tabletop Audio for tonight's music and solution maps for the battle maps we will be using. Extra special thank you to Darling Creepshow for we have select miniatures. Hello, Janelle. Take your time. I'm going to finish this outro and then we'll intro you. Intro outro. You were here the whole time. Special thank you to Darling Creepshow. She painted the in the previous episode, if you saw Gravestone, the undead giant, as well as the white dragon that we saw at the end of last episode. So thank you to Creep for letting us use those images. They're depicted there on the screen for you. And special thank you to Raven Sarah, Best Mon, and my producer, Bleak Season. I'm going to pop back over to Janelle, who's going to intro themselves and tell us their character name, and then we're going to do a recap of what happened last time.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle. I do arts and stuff, and I'm always on time and never late for anything, and didn't think it was 9 p.m. CT. However, I am playing Arthur, your wonderful, friendly neighborhood tiefling barbarian.
Yes, we love it, and we are so happy you're here. Thank you for coming. When we last met, our adventurers found themselves in Crossroads, kind of the town through which they travel, perhaps live, spend a lot of their time. At the Greasy Spoon, which is head chef is Arthur. And we saw these folks in action. There was a whole bucket of chaos from the jump, which was very fun. After a little bit of spilled noodles and eggs and things on the floor, there's a centaur who cannot fit in this bar and has been trying for years. When a table had been knocked over, in walked an Eladrin, a summer Eladrin named Corwin, who had a message, a summons, from a man named Elder Golthus, who is one of the elders in the village of Enodius. This was someone that Talonback had recognized, and there was a note that had requested that the party meet him at the Echoing Well, as they had a bit of a problem with a giant. Upon arrival in Enodius, they noticed that the town itself seemed a little bit nervous, on edge. There were reports of a creature that had been milling about, and that people had been taken from their homes, and there was no real good leads in terms of what might be happening. They met Ulrich, the innkeep, who told them a little bit about the town, about Enodius's connection with life and death, about how it very much is devoted to the seasons and the cycle of harvesting and paying tribute to the dragon Cawl Tormut, who is the dragon of life and death, or also known as the sleeping dragon. They then met Elder Golthus and received the job to kill Headstone, who was known as a menace to our town. They had received instructions to make their way through the mountains into through a fissure in the mountainside, and that would be where they would find this giant. Upon the arrival at Cawl Tormut's temple, there hidden away in the temple, they had seen a large skeleton of a dragon laid out before them. It seemed as though it had been there for many, many years at this point. Our dear Moo had been very excited about this and was disappointed that she couldn't even take a finger bone. Upon investigating the headstone and taking a rubbing of the image on the headstone itself, this series of 5 sort of pips or motes, circles on there, you did battle with a giant. A massive undead giant rose from the ground with a headstone on his back, and suddenly realized his namesake. Upon the headstone, you did see the depiction of those stars. One of you, I believe it was Squirrel, had known this to be the constellation of the Dragon Dance. And that when adventurers or people have seen it, it is of the utmost importance to pay tribute and to speak a little bit about your experience with death. Upon that moment, the players had recapped and recounted various stories about their experiences with death, some of them a little bit closer to home than others. And it was after our dear Talonback Kryn had described his ugly dealings with death that this undead giant had risen out of the ground. Each of you had received one of these motes into your chest, and before you appeared a character, a depiction of a person you had never met before, one of whom was a Goliath, who seemed to be a fighter or a monk of some sort. One was a tiefling who looked as though she was perhaps a swashbuckler with a lute on her back. One was a wood elf with a top hat and a cane. There was a small, deep gnome with these kind of buns all over her head, and she was covered in spores and mushrooms. And finally, in front of Pixion, we saw a gnome with a large bow strung across his back and had mentioned his grandmother. And as this happened, after defeating Headstone, you had seen that the large, kind of swooping black tree had cracked open, and out of it poured this sort of veiled creature before you. None of you had really recognized what this was. You saw the shroud fly up into the air and land into the skeletal dragon, and it began kind of articulating and animating, and you saw the bones kind of drawing together. And as it did, it sucked all of the life out of the area, including you, leaving you all at 1 hit point. At that moment, we saw a small figure covered in mushrooms, wielding a gnarled-looking spear and a mushroom shield on her back, run forward, and you saw this explosion of these kind of porous mushrooms and the spores trickling down, which was a sign for the dragon to get the hell out of there, and a sign to all of you that maybe this was an ally. The dragon at that point had flown off into the sky, and the last thing you all heard was that, "You're in very serious trouble. Come with me if you want to live." And that is where we left off. So, my friends, you find yourselves in the hut of Grenmilla, a deep gnome who appears to be covered all over with these kind of mushrooms. And upon closer examination, you're noticing that the growths kind of come out of her as well. She has a mask that she keeps up over her face, and she coughs intermittently. She says, "All right, you kids, come on in, sit down. You got a lot to learn." You pop into her hut, and you see it's modest. She certainly does her best to kind of keep the draft out. There's a small cot in one corner. There's a bookshelf that's kind of gnarled that has very old tomes on it. She's got a oaken table that she puts kind of, you see that there are various concoctions that she's mixing together. It looks as though it's all coming from mushrooms or various plant life that she's found, probably from the surrounding area. Squirrel, you're recognizing some of these things as you all come in. There are not a lot of places to sit, but you make yourselves as comfortable as you can as you're sitting there, pulling up a stool or sitting on the floor. All right, fools. How'd you get yourselves into this mess?
Well,
We were doing a job.
We were told there was a monster. There was a monster attacking people. Sorry, who are you? And what happened?
My name's Gren, and she offers this kind of gnarly looking hand at you.
Even sitting down, Pixion is maybe 6 feet tall. So.
Yep. So she offers a gnarled looking hand to you.
She shakes it. Glenn, did you say Gren?
Gren Miller to my mother, but my friends call me Gren.
Pixion grabs Moo by the shoulder. Glenn Miller.
Grenmilla.
The Glenn Miller.
Oh.
You're not supposed to be real. I thought you were a little filly tail, a ponytail, like a foal story.
Oh no, I'm real. And you see her pull down her mask and hawk a big loogie into a spittoon next to her and pull it back up.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, just hazards of the occupation.
Do you
I've
need
read all
Do you need like healing or something? Because I can do that.
Oh, no, I got it covered. This is just my baseline.
Oh,
We've read all your books. We're big fans, Moo and I. I'm Pixie,
am I the only
by the
one?
way.
you like it?
I can't be the only one confused. What is going on? What is your occupation? Who are you?
She's so well known. She's written all the good books about life and death. And
Especially death.
That's right. I write about the balance, you see. It's an important thing to keep. But I believe that you knuckleheads may have disturbed it.
how bad.
Wait, how did we
How
disturb
could
it?
we disturb it?
I
I mean, aside from the usual, what? I didn't say anything.
if anyone's to blame, it was really Talon. He's the one who put the hand on the thing that started all of this. I'm not. I don't think I did anything wrong.
Hey, I just work here. Besides, there's missing people that we're supposed to be rescuing, I guess.
Oh yeah, this monster snatched up all the children. People. Some like creature. Do you know anything about the creature? Is maybe that? I don't think we did it. I don't think we just fought a monster. It had a tombstone in its back. It was really scary.
Yeah, I know what you did.
What did we do?
No, I know you fought the thing with the
Oh,
gravestone on its back, but that wasn't your enemy, friend.
well, it sure acted like it was.
It attacked us first. We defended ourselves.
Talonback looks down at his wounds. Felt like an enemy.
Yeah, it hurt real bad.
You know, things will defend what they're protecting. That was a guardian.
Ah,
Oh no, are we the bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
not possible.
I don't think you're the bad guys directly, per se, but listen up, I've got some lore for you. And she pulls a stool over and she sits down kind of widely and she says, many years ago, there was a group of adventurers that arrived here. And they had heard about this blight that had been permeating the land, you know. We saw it firsthand, all the crops withering and creeping into the soil there, just like it's been lately. People were really scared, that much is clear. These adventurers, they were hired by the elders to investigate what had happened. They made their way to those sacrificial grounds and we encountered these horrifying demonic creatures feasting on the rotted offerings and dead flesh that was there at the altar. So they made their way on up to the mountains and found that rift in the wall and found that sleeping dragon's dwelling. He was alive, but barely. It seems as though something were siphoning off his life force. And when they searched the area, one of their party, a gnome by the name of Elwyn, well, he was ensnared by a horrible creature and dragged into the depths. His friends dove in after him, and what they found would change their lives forever.
Aaron, per your message, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
They look so good. I'm hungry.
What are you eating? Oh no.
For the audience, Aaron messaged that Squirrel is taking a bite of one of the mushrooms.
Good job, bud.
Don't put that in your mouth.
My hornets.
31.
A 31 con save?
Eat a
What?
lot of mushrooms.
Wow.
It's that very rich umami flavor that you would get from a porcini or something along those lines. It's delicious. It tastes great even raw. You actually find it better raw. And you see Gren kind of look up at you and one eye narrows.
Are those truffles?
I'm hungry.
Fine truffles? Is that something?
Let's not
They're
eat the
not
mushrooms.
truffles.
Let's not eat the mushrooms from the nice lady's table. Okay.
How about don't eat all of them, all right? Anyway.
You mentioned a gnome. Would that gnome would have had a longbow strung over his shoulder?
That's right. That's right. He talked a lot about his grandmother.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, the rest of the party, they were thrust headfirst into the abyss. I expected pain, chaos, torture, madness, and pandemonium, I suspect, but they were all pretty surprised about where they ended up. It was a beautiful, strange place known as Androlin. Well, there they met these elves, these Eladrin children, who were stuck on that plane for all eternity after the Blood War. They were cared for by this older celestial by the name of Vis. And Vis guided the heroes on where they could find their friend and help them with how to stop the force of evil within the Bone Castle.
You need a cough drop there, buddy? Like, I got this freaking Arthur starts rummaging through. It's not the best, but it's homemade, so.
She just reaches out with like 2 gnarly looking fingers. You see dirt under her nails. She plucks it, puts it in her mouth.
It like has like a sense of like ginger and lemon. So it was definitely made with a little bit of the extra peanut spice that Squirrel's been very obsessed about over at the bar.
That's delicious. Thank you. Well, the horror that they faced at the Bone Castle is unlike anything any of them had ever seen before. They call her the Mother of Demons. Beautiful and terrible. Almost impossible to see the way she shifted and moved and how her form didn't quite take, and strange mutterings in their ears. The stuff of legend. Now, I believe that you fine folk have destroyed the only thing that may have been keeping her in place.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
Wait, why did they send us to destroy it? Was your patron a bad person?
No. Our patron was one of the town elders. I don't know why you were sent to destroy it, but I do know for a fact that Headstone was a guardian. He was protecting the ground there. Well, when we came back, I'm sorry, when those adventurers came back from the abyss, they brought their friend's body back with them. The sleeping dragon told them to lay him to rest next to him. And buried him in the earth. Gave him a proper send-off. Expedited the decaying process and erected that headstone there.
Special thank you from Pixie. I think it's pronounced Pixie. Thank you so much. We have a healing potion donated to the party, so add that to your party funds because they're gonna need it. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat. It's nice to see you all. Welcome. We're in the middle of a lore dump.
Granmelia, I feel like we've made a grave mistake.
Squirrel.
Oh, God. Oh, that was really good. That was really funny, Squirrel.
I'm trying. I'm trying to lighten the mood. Just
Wait,
Really something.
wait.
Paylor is not going to be happy with all this.
I don't imagine Paylor will be.
but
Can
it
I
does feel like we
resurrect?
made a mistake.
What if I revived it? Like it didn't die that long ago. I'm not really into the reviving thing, but I can do it if it will undo the stuff that we did. Like, would that help? Or
Or
is
you
it
revive the undead in that way?
Not in that way.
No.
Unfortunately, no. I don't think we can undo it once it's been done.
Oh man. More bones for me then, I guess.
I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Maybe don't. You were there, weren't you?
Here, I got something for you.
And she stands up heavily and she kind of scurries over to her workshop desk and she starts like pulling out the little drawers on the desk there and she goes,
Oh, there we go.
and she walks over to you with the little drawer in her hand. She goes,
Hold out your hand now.
and she just tips it into your hand and shakes it loose.
There you go.
And into your hand tumbles all of these tiny, tiny bones and a bit of bone dust. You see like a little bit of a mandible there. You see what you can identify as a few vertebrae. You definitely see like a little scapula piece there.
It's just some leftovers I had.
What are they from? What are they from? Wait. Actually, do I know what they're from based off of like my understanding of bones?
Roll a. Let me have you roll an intelligence check.
Oh, can't
Don't happen to have any,
Or if you want to, you can make a pitch for something else too.
Nature?
You can make a nature check. Heck yeah.
Guidance from Pixion as she puts her hand on her shoulder.
Thank
Looking
you.
over.
I'll do 4 as guidance, I'm assuming. Oh,
Yes,
I needed
wonderful.
because that was a terrible roll. Oops. That is a 11.
11. They could be a shrew, they could be a vole. It seems probably rodent-like. It's a little bit too small to be a rabbit, but you're getting some sort of rodent off of this.
I'll cherish this forever.
Yeah, I bet you will. I bet you will.
Happen to have any like neck bones or like
Uh,
they're really good for soup. There's like I'm just
oh.
curious.
Unfortunately, darling, I don't have any fresh ones. But I'll get you some mushrooms for the road.
Arthur is excited. He is starts like shaking and is like really quiet right now.
Hey, you there, the scowly-looking one with the eyeballs. You touched the grave, didn't you?
Oh, tell him back. Yes, he did.
Sorry, the other scowly-looking one with the eyeballs.
It was definitely him.
I can
Yeah.
explain almost all of us.
Well,
De-
did you
yeah,
get?
definitely touched.
You got some sort of rubbing off of it?
Oh yeah,
So that was Arthur, I think, who did the rubbing.
no,
Well, that was you?
that's one of my jobs. Yeah, yeah.
All the grave rubbings.
Let me see that, would you?
Yeah.
She takes it
Here you go. Hands it over.
and she shuffles over to her workbench, which is like normal human height. So she like clambers up onto this stool and lays it out. And she puts like a couple of rocks and like a really big skull on one of the corners to keep it flat. And she looks and goes,
You got it almost right. Here, let me fill in the details for you.
and she takes a quill and just starts drawing in kind of a little bit more in detail the kind of star shape of this constellation of the Dragon's Dance.
There you go. That'll be easier for you to see.
Yeah, that's great. That story was really sad, and I'm sorry to hear about the demon thing that flew up. But like, really, I'm interested in where these missing people are at. Do you know anything about a monster that's been kidnapping people?
I don't know anything about no monster, but I know people have been missing. Kidnapping is a good suspicion, I imagine. Well,
I mean, I don't know if you saw at the end there with the motes of light. Did you see that?
I saw something, but I'm not entirely sure.
I saw
mean-
you.
Yeah. I think we saw your old party. I saw the gnome.
Yeah,
I saw a half elf with a really cool top hat. Okay.
yeah. Those were friends of mine, you see. The tiefling, Carmina.
Yeah.
She had a really good fighting her.
It's really nice.
Yeah, she was great. She was great. Yeah, well, if you haven't put it together, that adventuring party was mine. I was the one who laid Elwyn to rest. I'm imagining that over time, the decaying process, that spell I put on him, turned him into what he became. I'm guessing that the dragon that had told us to bury him there had used some of its magic in its kind of final moments and made sure that, that guardian would be in place. Elwyn was a good guy, as much as he drove me up a fucking wall.
Alright, so without the Guardian, does that mean that the Demon Queen is going to come back?
Oh, yeah. I think,
So, how recent was your party involved in, doing all this? Was this like relatively recently, or was this like, I don't know, like months, years ago?
Try 100.
Aww.
Long lived.
All right.
That's
Ow. How old are you?
Old.
You can't be asking people that, Talon.
Don't ask ladies how old they are, Talon.
She looks so young. I'm stunned to learn that she's 100 at least.
Talon, even I know that. Come on.
Honestly.
It's the spores.
Oh,
They keep me young.
can I have some of this?
Maybe later, Moo.
I got a bag full of them, of those mushrooms. So good.
I'll give you all the hookup.
Yay.
Right, so we're looking for a monster that's snatching children, which we haven't seen. There's a demon queen coming back potentially. We accidentally killed the guardian. So now what?
And
Well,
I don't think any of those are related, from what I can tell. Like that guardian was stopping the demon queen. So who was snatching the kids?
that's a good question.
Hmm.
Well,
You said there was like lost elderly children on the plane in the abyss, right? Were they snatched as well? Was it the demon queen doing the snatching? I have no idea how demons work.
those Eladrin children, unfortunately, are where they are. I don't know if you know this after the Blood War, but the Eladrin had gone down into the abyss to fight. And during the ensuing battle, they got trapped there. They're all orphans. One of the Celestial that had come to help with the battle decided to stay. I don't know how they're doing now. I haven't gotten back to Andrelin. Can't say I want to build my summer home there. Well, listen, about that demon queen. I have a feeling that what we saw there and that, back at the temple, I have a feeling that she's possessed Cal Torment, or she's at least trying to.
Oh,
Who is this? Cal Torment? You said?
Yeah, he's the life and death dragon.
Oh,
Oh, the one who just flew away.
That's the one, or at least that's his skeletal body. I imagine, well, based on my research,
And she goes over to her bookshelf and pulls down one of the many tomes that you see there. You see some of the books that you've read before Moo and Pixion. You're all it's like, this is the true, like, meeting your hero author moment.
Oh my god, she has what?
I know. I'm gonna give it signed.
It's like the first edition, she pulls it off of the shelf and flips it open. She goes,
my guess is that,
hey, Obsidian Brews, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. Thank you to the other raiders that had come in previously. I'm sorry that we were knee deep in the story there. That was Tales Archived, who raided us earlier. Thanks for coming in. We are playing D&D currently as part of our fundraiser for World Central Kitchen. You see her crack open the book, and
she goes, according to my research, well, she can kind of do this possession thing. It's pretty gnarly, and, I've got this distinct feeling that you all need to stop her before she fully regenerates, no later than tomorrow night. If she's able to fully regenerate, she's gonna unleash an evil unto this world, the likes of which I've never seen before. And we're all fucked then.
Uh-oh.
Hmm. Okay, so should
Everything you say sounds bad.
we not be sitting here then? Should we
I
go?
Well, I don't know, but you're looking a little rough there.
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna say we
really
need to fully regenerate.
messed us
so.
up. And I can
Yeah.
heal people. But it's a lot.
Listen, take this time to regroup and rest. I'm gonna see if I have some things for you. Hold on.
And you see her like dip over to her desk, and she's kind of like rummaging and putting together some things.
Thank you.
Honestly, I've had worse.
Oh.
While she's doing that, I'm wondering, Granmila, where do you think that this dragon flew off to?
Well, if I were gambling, which I'm not, I would assume that it made its way back to the sacrificial altar. It's where we kind of got. Well, that's my sinking suspicion is that things are going on there.
So this sacrificial altar, do they like sacrifice things like children?
We don't as town folk here, but I wouldn't put it past a demon queen to do something fucked up like that.
Great.
Aw.
Does she have a cult?
Yeah, that was my next question.
It's very interesting you say that, Pixion. I feel like this demon queen, she goes by the name Pale Knight. I have a feeling that she is so powerful, so strange, and so disregarded by the other demon royalty that perhaps a cult to her would be a bit out there, a bit strange. I certainly haven't heard of one in all of my years.
Okay, so working on her own, but she would have just got out if the Guardian just got out, right?
Well, that's the thing, is she was trapped in that tree after we put her there for so long. I think it's going to take a while for her to get the dragon back online. If you can stop that from happening before it gets back up to its full strength, then I think you might be in luck.
This, and she turns and points to the rubbing that you had taken of the constellation.
This is the key. This is Cowl Torment itself. It's the key to preserving all of life and death. And that balance is very, very important. Don't forget this.
Theoretically, if we were to shuffle around some of the bones in that the dragon graveyard, would there be any, ramifications?
Repercussions?
Well, I'd appreciate it if you
Consequences?
didn't steal my friend's bones, but
We have been over this. We can't desecrate graves, Moo.
But like, a tooth, would a tooth be such a big difference?
A tailbone, like just the
Right.
end portion?
Oh, both of you stop. We will find bones elsewhere, I promise.
are you saying from the dragon itself? Because I'm pretty sure it reassembled and took flight, so...
I mean, before that, if I took
Yeah,
one before that,
before-
would it have affected
before-
anything?
Oh, why?
Just
No.
curious.
Reason whatsoever.
Make a deception check.
Moo.
I will say you can get it at advantage because Arthur is there helping as well.
Hey!
No need, it's a natural 20.
Hey!
Moo. I'm glad you didn't take anything then, Moo. That would have been bad.
We don't know yet if it would have been bad. But like, I didn't.
I mean, morally, it would have been wrong. And I am a paladin. I am sworn to uphold the law and duty and what is good.
What? What are
Well, you know what they say about laws. Laws are threats.
They're meant to be broken.
Amen.
That's not laws. That's rules, Moo.
Laws too.
Okay.
Paladins are like fluid now, anyways. They kind of like they got a little wiggle room.
I assure you, Paylor does not agree.
Well, we can have a
We won't tell
conversation
Halo
about...
for the
We can have a conversation about how laws are threats enforced by the socioeconomic upper class later. Pulls out a Molotov cocktail. No, I'm just kidding.
Viva la revolution.
Lady is speaking my
This is when he gets sued by Brendan Lee Mulligan. Anyway. Well, listen, you all need to heal. I know my place is not exactly the most comfortable, but you're welcome to take your ease here and rest up a little bit. I think you have one hell of a fight up ahead.
I don't know why she's going so southern, but that's the only way I can maintain it without like ruining myself with vocal fry. Sorry, Christina.
I was really expecting you to have the cough drop and then just sound like your regular voice.
That's what I was hoping. Manic pixie voice.
I can get you a few things for the journey. A couple things that might help you out a little bit. You just gotta give me a little time, okay?
She pulls over the
mushrooms.
Oh yeah, here, there's some porcini and there's also some oyster mushrooms. They're great in.
Arthur lights up. He loves cooking with oyster mushrooms.
Well, then I'll give these to you. And
she bags them up and goes,
here you go. Don't say I didn't ever do anything nice for you.
You did so many nice things for us.
You're very
Thank you
kind.
so much.
Yeah, well,
They're so cool.
So amazing.
I'm gonna start working on some stuff for you all. I think you all should take some time, put your heads together, and figure out a plan of attack. Is how you're gonna, well, deal with a big fucking dragon.
Right.
Okay. Well, I say we put the centaur up front.
I've slain dragons before and I can do it again.
Squirrel.
It's okay, I don't mind.
What if they come behind us and then we're just really all sorts of fuckered?
Well, okay. Well, I can at least, if whoever's going to stay in fighting range, I can help you with my auras. I can give you radiant damage on your weapons.
Ooh,
Blessed by Palor, of course, with the sun, if we're going to be fighting an undead dragon.
that might be nice.
I like to read. Sure. I'm hanging out with Centaur. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll be near you, but I'll be a little bit away. If I get knocked out, then I can't heal anybody, and that would suck a lot, wouldn't it?
That
so
would be bad.
I could be in the back, but I can put up my spirit, my Gardener, and my Reaper again, if that would help.
That'd
And
be wonderful.
my weapon, my spectral weapon, I can move around, and it's also a scythe. And I wonder if you can bless that too.
I don't think I've ever tried. I don't know. I
guess
do have to
we
check the
try
rules. I
it.
don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if you can bless a spiritual weapon. Where is my? Oh wait, hold on. My rules lawyer is in the chat. Christina, do you know if you can bless a spiritual weapon?
Is that a thing you can do in 2024 now? I have no idea.
I have no idea, but it would be very cool.
I have a normal weapon if you can't, but just in case.
It's an aura that does it, so
Oh.
maybe?
How far does the aura reach?
It is 30 feet.
That's pretty good.
Neat.
So that allows me to stay
That's
away a lot.
smart.
So, since you
Oh my gosh. Hello, Phoenixy Wacky. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Thanks so much for joining us. We are playing D&D with some of the lovely artists from Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering and Marvel and all these cool things. And we're, you know, Phoenixy Wacky, that we are raising money for World Central Kitchen. So welcome in.
So-
Alrighty. It says an extra 1d4 radiant damage when hitting with a weapon or an unarmed strike. So it just says a weapon.
It is a weapon.
It is a weapon. I would, if I'm going to do house rule, I would say that it would apply because that makes sense. If it's an aura, then it would impact all of your allies around you, I assume. So
That's awesome.
there you go.
Sweet.
Count it. And when I go no, when we're actually totally fighting a dragon later, you know.
So, with your experience with fighting the undead Pixia,
Yes.
I could use some guidance in maybe preparing some spells for the fight to come.
Of
And I would
course.
take your suggestions.
Absolutely. Anything with sunlight or daylight. It might be very dark down there. I don't know how many of us can see in the dark.
Well, I have a daylight spell. I can help there.
A moonbeam. I've seen druids cast
plenty of
moonbeam
moon.
before.
I've got a lot of moon this and a lot of moon that.
Wonderful.
Lot
It's
of
still
moon.
it's still Palor's light at the end of the day. So moonbeam is fantastic. You can do it.
I've
Moon
got
damage.
Just the
Got quite a few options. My font of moonlight, my moonbeam. I've got some options here.
Sounds fantastic. I mean, we've got lots of healing among us, I think.
Yeah, I can heal a lot. So I can make you come back to life, even though, like, you know, if you want to die, I can let you die too. But just let me know right now. As long as I get your bones at the end. But if you don't want to die, I can bring you back, and we can wait until later for the death.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Fill out your organ donor card.
No. it's a big
Everybody
underline.
protect Moo at all costs, please.
What else do we have? Talonback, you can hex things, right?
I can. And I could also I can summon a sphere of shadow around it, so it would be blinded, but also hard for you guys to see.
I mean, there's also a chance it could see in magical darkness too, if it's very powerful.
Can't.
That's a thing I can do.
Oh.
So
I guess.
you've fought a dragon before, right?
Of course.
Fantastic. So let me throw this out there. It's just a few options. I can only prepare one very powerful spell, and right now I could control winds, which will help this thing from not being able to fly. Or
My only concern with the dragon flying is that I don't think it has any wing membranes right now, and it still flew. I do think it is the power of the demon queen that might be perpetuating it through the air.
Okay.
You also all just received a healing potion from Christina. Thank you, Christina.
Yay, thank you.
Hey.
Add it to your party
Arthur.
funds.
Arthur, I'm sure you can just punch the bones really hard.
So okay, well,
But like, don't break them. Just
so
it's better if they're intact. Just like make them apart.
what kind of stuff do you think this thing would harm it?
Well, I mean, radiant damage is always good against the undead and potentially demons. I fight more undead than I fight demons. I mean, Ben Miller, this thing is undead, right?
Yeah. I think because it's made out of bones and like rotty flesh
I'm
stuff. That,
Just checking.
Usually cleric stuff like like when I turn the undead, when I make it upset, it usually like wants to run away from me, so I could like lead it into you, and then like you could all attack it if it's trying to get away, and that would be really good. I
I think
think.
we're overcomplicated. I got an axe and I get angry sometimes. You guys are overcomplicating things.
Well, you respectfully don't have the magic, so you have to think about magic you're using it. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings when I said that.
No, I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying we got 2 big swords. I got some hatch, and you see like Arthur start pulling up like these weapons out of nowhere. Yeah,
And all of them will be blessed with Palor's light.
Oh yeah, if
Yeah.
you plus the weapons, then they will all be stronger.
Exactly.
While this is all going on, you're kind of suddenly hit by a delectable scent of a mushroom soup, as you have seen that Gren has lit this kind of fire at her desk and is like put a little cauldron on it and is starting to ladle ingredients in, and she goes, "Here, take this," and extends her leg out, and you see that between her gnarled toes she has another little baggie that's tied off, and she hands it to you, Arthur. Here, take it. Shakes it.
What is this? What's the name of this soup? What?
Oh no! In the bag, it's just wild garlic. I just found some the other day. I thought you might like it.
Oh, thank you. They're so cool.
So cool.
And after some time, she starts ladling out some mushroom soup and passing it around to all of you. She says,
I think I've got some crusty bread here.
and you see her get up onto the desk and she pulls down a loaf of bread and she goes,
We'll just cut that part off.
and you see her like scrape off like part of the mold, and she goes,
I'll just keep that for later.
and puts it over there and starts cracking it off.
Says, might be a little stale, but just soak it in your bread, in your soup. It'll be really nice.
That would be fantastic.
I taste the soup. What's it taste like?
It's got that very umami flavor. It's got little bits of like carrot and onion and garlic in there. You see that she's probably used some like fresh garlic scapes in there as well. It's unlike any mushroom soup you've ever had before, and it's bizarre and wonderful at the same time, given the fact that she's just kind of got this like glowing like lime green aura. Like, you're not necessarily sure that you should trust what she's serving you, but like, you know, you're a chef, you've had some weird things in your time.
What was the name of the soup you said?
Grand special.
Gren's. You see Arthur get a book open, pulls it up. Gren's special.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
eating the soup, and for anyone observing, the book itself starts filling up with the recipe and ingredients list of how it's made and its concoctions, and puts the book away. This is some interesting shit. And starts just gobbling the soup.
Yeah, make sure that you jot down that you gotta have at least 3-week-old bread in there. I know it sounds weird, but it's like a crouton.
Wow. I love this soup so much.
Talonback's looking at his bread. There's definitely mold on it. So kind of must.
Talon,
must
cut off the
Penicillin.
moldy bits. You know how it works. Just cut off the moldy bits.
No, just eat it. Just eat it. Look, Talon.
I think
From decay, life
think-
blooms.
my bread has a heartbeat. More of a hay kind of girl, but thank you.
Anyway, here's some other things I got for you.
And you see her pull out a couple of vials, and she swirls them a little bit.
I've got a couple of these. These will help you out in a pinch.
And she hands you 2 potions of greater healing.
Whoa.
Ooh.
We got so many potions.
Okay, who should hang on to those? Someone in screen.
Somebody who does not have the power of healing.
I'll take that.
As
Talon,
someone who
yeah?
just very nearly died a moment ago. I would
Also,
be
don't
happy
forget
to
that you
one.
have all of your party potions, which I think Aaron has been keeping track of. I've seen
Okay.
vehement writing while that's...
I
Yeah.
count 4.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
I have little boxes so that when we use them, we get a
It's
tick.
about to get like a Hunger
Clever.
Game treatment. Those party potions.
Yeah, right?
Fly in a little.
Yeah.
And I think we still have 2 advantages.
I
One,
believe
2.
you do, yes.
1, 2.
Are we also at 1 health? Like I'm like
You're also one help to me. You're starting to feel the life force coming back into you. In point of fact, you're a little surprised. It's somewhere between the mushrooms and the mold. You're starting to feel a little bit better. It's that feeling of stepping in from a really cold day and just having a really nice soup. Yeah, you're relieving a
And
little
I
bit.
just want to paint a picture of her telling all of that lore dump while we're like dying on the ground. Basically. It's
Yeah.
a good story.
yeah.
Throwing up all the
Attacking again. I don't know what's good.
and as she's doing this, she goes,
Also, I need you to take this with you.
and she hands you this flat, kind of oval shaped, very smooth blue stone.
What's this?
What?
Um,
Well, that's your one-way ticket out of there if it gets hairy.
Oh,
Do we?
So-
Is
Do
it
we
for all of
eat
us?
it? Do we break it? Do we think about it really, really hard? Like
Well, it'll know when you gotta go, so just make sure you're all close by and it'll get you back here. It's a one-way
when-
ticket,
when she
though.
hands that, I want to use. I have a at-will detect magic ability.
Yes,
So I
go
just
ahead.
want to check that out and also
At
scan around the
will.
room.
At will detect magic.
Sick.
It's a treasure hunter. What are you gonna do?
You get pinged. It definitely, you see that aura of that arcane magic, that blue arcane magic around it. This is a stone of teleportation. It's a one-way direction, and then the users, if you're gathered within 5 feet of the person holding it, when you're in dire circumstances, it will teleport you back to where the other stone is located. And you see that as you look at the desk, you see that there's another glowing ovular shape on the table. You are getting a few different pings throughout here. She herself has kind of this aura around her because she is indeed very magical. There are herbs, there are mushrooms, there are the potions are radiating energy. You see that she's got a couple of kind of rusted looking weapons that are kind of dull, looking magically. They don't seem to be particularly of any use. They seem to probably hold some sentimental value. But the biggest things that you see are that teleportation stone, those 2 potions she gave you, and a third potion that she gives you. She goes, you're gonna want to take this one too. And she hands you this vial that looks as though it's got this kind of black smoke just slowly, lazily swirling around in it. And as you take it in your hand, Talonback, you look it over and you see that this is called Gravebane. You've heard of this before in your travels. So for Gravebane, this is a vial that you would throw on the ground, and when it explodes out, it's going to create a 10-foot square of smoke. And you know that the undead cannot enter an area that's filled with Gravebane smoke unless they succeed on a DC 15 will save. So it'll last for 1 minute, but if there are strong winds, it could blow it out of the way. But that's something that will come in useful.
Possibly a way to cover our escape.
Wow, thank you.
That's amazing.
Well, it's the least that I can do. Well, that and making you soup.
You just see her. You see her pull open her shirt and just.
Oh, I have seen that on the bus.
Yeah. I'm gonna save that guy for later.
I got. Arthur pulls open like a handful of cop chops. This for later.
Oh, thank you very much.
She takes them in her grubby hands and just like pours them in this actually very nice looking like porcelain bowl that looks like a little candy dish that you would see at your grandmother's place. And like,
yeah, that was a gift from my friend Elwin. That bowl, I think it was his grandmother's.
Now it's full of Arthur's originals, I suppose.
Yes, yes, indeed. I'll help myself to another one. Then
she picks one up and goes. That's just for Raven's hair.
Anti-ASMR.
Well, unless you need anything else from me, I think it would be best for us all to turn in for the evening. You've been through hell and back, and it's about to get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, I would like to sleep. That would be great.
Alrighty then.
And she starts to pull out these kind of like moldering blankets. They smell kind of musty, but they're comfortable enough.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna just go stand outside. I'm fine.
Are you sure? Would you like a blanket for out there?
No, I've got a blanket underneath my armor. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
The woods and the stars on my blanket.
All right, well, don't go too far. We don't know where the fuck that dragon got to, so...
Yeah, the
trouble.
creature that's snatching people, we don't want to encounter it either, so be careful.
I will sleep by the window. There's not really much room in here for me and Squirrel anyway. So.
That's a good point. All right. Get settled in then.
And she kind of just bustles and helps set up the house for you all as you settle in for the night. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you retire for the evening?
I think I'm good.
I'm just like reassembling the bone. Just like seeing like how they fit together.
You're reassembling all the bones?
Yeah.
They appear to be a bit mismatched. You've got a mandible from one creature and you've got the scapula that's a bit larger that seems like it's probably not, So you're putting them together, you're trying to, do some thinking. Within an hour or so as you're settling in, if this is your bedtime story to yourself, you kind of, you discern that there is indeed a vole, and you do see that there is kind of like a shoulder bone and some vertebrae from a rabbit.
I'm going to have my sketchbook at the ready while I'm outside. I might sleep in near some trees. I'm keeping an eye out for some creatures that I've heard are around the woods in this area.
Sure. Let's dive a little bit into that. Let me have you make a perception check, please, Aaron. Also, thank you to Ash for the advantage for me.
Okay.
I got friends in high places or low
That's
places.
I'm happy for you.
A 22.
A 22. After some time, you've settled in, you kind of got your back up against the hut there, and you pulled your sketchbook out. I believe furbolgs do not have low light vision, correct?
They do
I
not.
do not.
So you just kind of readily conjure a little flame next to you, and it flickers, and as you do, you're kind of sketching a tree that's nearby, and you hear a little bit of rustling, and your ear perks up and swivels around, and you hear crunching. I would like you, Aaron, to tell me what kind of creature do you see as you keep your distance, respecting the laws of nature and observing.
Well, I'm fairly certain the faint glow that I'm seeing has to be the creature I've been looking for a while, attracted by the smell of Grenmila's mushroom soup. Coming from the chimney, it must have definitely attracted what I believe, as I got my sketchbook ready, is a moon bear. And I have been desperate to sketch this thing. As long as I can sketch it, I can shift into those creatures. So I am desperate to sketch this.
You see it passing through the woods. It's several yards off, and you hold your breath a little bit as you very quietly sketch on your pad. You're very carefully and cautiously trying not to, even just the sound of your implement on the parchment that you're drawing on, it's starting to, you can feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up as you watch, and you see the moon bear out in the distance kind of radiating this light, and you see these pale eyes turn, and you see it kind of pop up and look at you, and you get a full picture of its face. You see that the long snout, and you see the kind of the hair slicked back, almost glowing and swirling in the moonlight there that it emanates. You get a sense that this is a juvenile bear, that this is not a full-grown necessarily, but you see the shape of the body, the strong muscles, this kind of strange aura that they have, and you're swift enough to kind of get that outline and get it into your sketch pad, and you see it calmly lower its head and resume gnawing on whatever it may have found. And after some time, 10-15 minutes or so, you see it start to lumber off into the woods, and you have in fact secured a moon bear in your sketchbook that you may wild shape. Is there anything that anyone else would like to do before retiring?
Yeah, Arthur, before he goes to bed, is going to open up his little book, look through the ingredients of Ren's soup, trying to recreate it. And it seems right now, like as he's reading through, it's pretty straightforward. A little bit of mushroom, some water. And then he gets to a section where it's 1 tablespoon of Gren's saliva. And he looks and he's like, and puts his own saliva in there and mixes it in and takes a sip of the soup. It's not the same.
You see that Gren has kind of been busying herself, like setting things up, and she just, without even turning her head to you, goes,
See, now that would be our Thor's soup, not Grin's. Don't worry, I'll get you the hookup.
and she puts a bit of saliva in a vial and corks it and hands it to you and goes,
Don't spend it all in one place.
Wow.
Arthur walks up to, goes real close to Gren and just whispers, "You're so cool."
I know.
anyone else? Pixion, Moo, Talonback?
Pixie would like to do her nightly little prayer to Palo.
Sure.
So she puts her hand on the handle of her morning star and she closes her eyes and she says, "Refresh and gladden our spirits, purify our hearts, and illumine our powers. We lay our hope in Palo's hands. Guide us, O Shining One." And that's all for her.
And as you do, you feel a warmth in your chest, this kind of glowing light that you know to be your devotion, your god Pelor. Has Pixion ever communicated with Pelor directly, or has it been sort of this devout following?
Directly, no. She's seen his influence firsthand once through her mentor, Harthel Dayroot, but never herself.
Let me have you roll a religion check for me, please.
Sure. I think my religion is quite bad.
Oh, well, whatever I guess would correspond with your affinity towards your deity.
Oh gosh, my religion's -1, so we can do that, or we can do.
It's up to you. I'm letting you make the call on this because
I have no idea what else it could be. Unless flexing counts as athletics. In which Oh, net 20!
What is going on?
Wow, we got spicy rolls tonight. I love that.
My iPhone's my camera, otherwise I'd...
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. As you feel that kind of inner warmth, that inner light that is Pelor, and you whisper this prayer that you say nightly to
Every
him.
night. Yeah.
Every night. You hear a small voice. Hello?
Hello?
Well, hi.
Sorry, who is this?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm Elwyn.
Oh! Elwyn!
What?
And you see
Jeez.
from behind the tree this kind of ghostly little figure come out of a gnome who sits down cross-legged. You see that his bow like sticks up way over his head.
I am so sorry.
About what?
The tombstone thing?
Listen, if it wasn't you guys, it was probably going to happen some other time.
Okay.
Well, look, I'm not one for religion necessarily. I'm kind of one who values nature and enjoys the hunt and exploring. But you seem like a pretty nice person. As we get a raid from Shadow Dow. Thank you so much, Shadow Dow, for being here. Woohoo!
Thank you.
You also seem like you've got a pretty good head on your shoulders, if I was guessing.
I try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, my grandmother always said that, well, sometimes it can be hard to trust people. I don't know what she was talking about, but yeah, I guess it can kind of be hard to trust people sometimes. Do you have a hard time trusting people?
Sometimes. I mean, evil works in mysterious ways. You can't always be sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm guessing that's why you became like a devotee of Pelor, right? This.
Kind of. I was nearly killed by a vampire when I was a foal, so
Mm.
kind of made it my life's journey to destroy undead in every form. So once again, I'm so sorry about the tombstone thing. I didn't know.
No, it's really okay. Honestly, I'm in a much better place now. Well, you guys are in a really bad place, but I'm doing great.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm back with my grandma. So she's calling me, but she told me to just come and touch base with you. Do you remember anything about that vampire that tried to attack you all those years ago?
I mean, I was really young and it was really scary, but it was a true vampire. I learned that afterward, a real one. It wasn't a spawn or anything like that. I remember the eyes were like glowing coals, and, you know, the pale skin and the claws. And if it wasn't for Harthel, I would have been dead.
Yeah. Well, thank Pelor for him, right?
Yes. I mean, thanks Pelor for him indeed. He saved my life. That's why I'm here.
You see Elwyn get this kind of nervous look on his face.
Why do you ask?
One second, Grandma. I just wanted to give you a warning.
Oh.
Just watch your neck, okay?
Pixie, who wears a spiked gorget, is now very concerned.
Yeah, just keep an ear out for anything that might. I've got to go now. Take care. Gren's soup is the best, isn't it? Turns and walks back into the forest and eventually vanishes.
Ixion looks around very confused and just sort of gently touches her neck. And she will speak to Moo about that in the morning.
I love
You love what?
Elwyn.
I love
great
Elwyn too.
little guy.
My son.
Oh, I'm glad he's with his grandma.
I know. Any other things, Moo or Talonback, that you'd like to do?
Talonback would probably just sort of scan the room to see if there's any trinkets or anything that Gren wouldn't likely miss.
Ooh, make an investigation check for me, please.
Not a nat 20. I'm throwing off the whole game.
Damn.
But it is a 25.
But it is a 25, just a casual 25. She's got a lot of weird shit here. And like, you're used to weird shit, you're used to spooky shit, you're used to odd things, but like, she's got some weird things here. She's got this kind of like desiccated hand that's like mounted on a plaque that looks as though maybe it was like frostbitten and it just kind of was preserved with this frostbitten thing. You see that there are just odd things in jars, dead creatures and critters all about. You get the sense that like this is part of Gren's research, this preservation of life, this slowing of decomposition or acceleration of decomposition. She's not playing with the balance necessarily. She's playing with the idea of like what happens after death and what does that mean for those of us who are still living, and this kind of that's what her main that's what gets her up in the morning as you look around. You do see that there is hanging on the corner of one of the bookcases, there's a tricorn hat with a little plume feather coming off of it.
Well, I'll just examine the hat out of
Sure.
curiosity. Seems out of place.
It does seem out of place. It certainly wouldn't fit her. It's larger, and you see that there are these holes that are cut in it, and you get the sense that maybe like someone with ears or horns or something once wore this hat.
Yeah, I feel bad doing anything with somebody's hat, but I'll say, Arthur, this looks like might be a good fit for you with your horns.
Am I here?
You two are, yes, you two are still in the hat. Moo is there as well as Gren.
Oh, well, looks at it. Just trying it on. Let's. How's it?
And as you go to try it on, you hear the rapid sound of footsteps. Whap! And you get whacked in the back of the legs with a wooden like spear as Gren goes, "Put that back." Nah.
Put it back.
Arthur, we've talked about touching other people's things.
I'm so sorry.
You see Gren whip around and grab you by the scruff and yank you down to eye level with her and goes, "Don't fuck with me, fellas," and then lets you go.
So Talonback's very unsettled by this entire place. This is 100% not his vibe. So.
The vibes are all wrong for him.
Yeah, so he's gonna try to find the driest looking alcove in the area with the least decay of anything and just pull his hood up and like just pull his glasses up as tight as possible and just cross his arms.
And you look at her, she looks at you and she goes, "I'm watching you. Always watching."
I
She
just go
turns
like
around.
this. My eyes are closed, but I just go like this at her.
You see her go like, and finally, Moo, is there anything that you're doing?
Yeah, Moo is taking her personal bone stash and arranging it in a circle around her, almost like a summoning circle, but it's not quite. And she has them all laid out, and she kind of like kneels very, very deeply in the middle of it with her hands like behind her back in like a prayer position, but like almost contorted back behind her back, and is going to beseech her god. And she says, Merkel, are you listening? just wanted to talk to you really quick. And as she casts divination, all the bones like that are laying down like stand up. And she's going to ask, are we going to find the vampire who got my dad? I hope you're taking care of him.
Make a religion check at advantage, please.
Yes. My religion is insane, guys. That first one was a natural 19, so it's going to be a 31.
Whereas Pixion has a -1, you have a +11. Is that, am I doing, or +12?
11 in religion.
Wow,
This is more of a hands-on.
As you do, you hear a voice behind you. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, very well, very well. And you turn and you look to see that there's this pale kind of ghostly outline of a tiefling with these long horns that curl back and a tricorn hat and these kind of charms dangling off of it. And she's sitting there up against the bed, and you see that she's got a lute in her hand that she's very just lightly strumming. She goes, "Yes, it's me. I'm Karamima. It's nice to meet you."
It's nice to see you again.
Yes, lovely to see you. I'm glad that I could actually talk to you this time.
Yeah. What's going on? How's it being dead?
Being dead is a little strange. I'm not going to lie to you.
Is it bad?
No, it's not bad.
Oh.
Honestly, I think you probably know that. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I of course I knew that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have you? Do you talk to your father often, or do you only speak to your god?
Well, I was going to look for my dad because I talked to him often when he was alive, but he died recently too, and so I'm sure he's enjoying death a lot. I've been a little afraid to talk to him. I don't know why though.
Well, for what it's worth, he misses you. He told me to come say hello.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, you guys are hanging out?
Well, when we see each other from time to time.
That's so cool.
Yes.
He's good? He's okay?
Oh, yes. As gruesome as it was when he passed, he's surprisingly happy now.
Oh, that's I'm so happy to hear that. That's great. Well, tell him I said hi, and that I hope that he gets to see lots of bones, and that I miss him. But I know that it's like cool that he's, in death, and it's an honored position to be in.
Yes, it is, isn't it? He said he has a lovely bone collection for you when he sees you on the other side. So.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. That's amazing.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Yes. He also wanted me to give you a word of warning.
Oh?
There is something here, perhaps not in this room, but in all of this that is not as it seems. I would be wary and keep an eye out. Yes?
What? Do you know what it is? Do you know what the here is?
I do not know, but my guess it is something to do with the material plane. Something perhaps with dragons or something of that kind. It was unclear. Your father, well, I think you probably know this, he speaks vaguely.
He does. It's always the riddles, but I've gotten really good at them.
Yes.
I told you one.
He is cryptic, and let me tell you, playing dice with him is hard.
He's always very good at it. The bone dice especially were really his specialty.
Yes, his most favorite. He
Oh.
plays with them regularly, but do take heed of your father's warning that something is not as it seems. I think you are safe for the time being, but as you go forth tomorrow, be careful.
Thank you. I mean, there was a dragon that was a skeleton that flew away. Is that about that dragon? Because we saw it already.
It could be the dragons or the people surrounding the dragons, things that we do not know of yet, but secrets will be revealed in time.
Okay. Well, we'll tell him I love him a lot, and I'm going to join him, but hopefully not too soon. I have to help some people first.
I will. I promise. Get some rest. You need it.
See you again. Can I hug you? I don't know if I can hug you.
Sadly, that is a drawback to being dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm giving you a hug. I'm sending it to the undead. Or the afterlife.
How about this? When you come join us on the other side, we play a game of dice with your dad, okay?
That sounds great. We'll always lose. It'll be so much fun.
I will see you soon. Wow. We might get that might be a violation of the TOS.
I was trying to get my keyboard out of the way, and then
Camera full of
that was brilliant.
there can't be trouble puffs if there's no puffs.
oh no, my
And
Oh my god.
sorry.
that was brilliant and perfectly wonderful. As this image of this pirate's tiefling vanishes before you, and you all tuck in for an evening's rest as Gren gets you as comfortable as you can be at this strange little hut that she lives in. I think now would be a wonderful time for us to take our break.
Yay!
Friends, we are going to take a tight 10. We've been doing some lovely role playing. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing Pale Harvest, which is an original story that I wrote for this lovely table of folks, and I'm really excited about it. We are raising funds for World Central Kitchen, and we'll talk a little bit more about that after the break. So we'll see you in 10. Get some water, kiss your cats, hug your puppies. See you soon. Welcome back, friends. My name is Caito, and we are playing Pale Harvest, an original D&D 5e adventure, as played by the lovely artists from Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering, Marvel, all of these cool things, because we got a talented group of folks together. Backstage in the green room, we were talking about the horrible insect life that exists in Australia, Florida, New Mexico, and the Pacific Northwest. So I'm officially so squicked out that I'm pretty sure that the players are going to have advantages on all of their rolls henceforth.
Yay.
Just kidding. Oh, Raven Sarah, you forgot the Caito command earlier because I didn't even say my own name earlier, which I did last time, so don't even worry about it. That was a me thing. We are in the process of, this is our final game of the fundraiser that we have been doing for World Central Kitchen. These lovely folks have so generously not only agreed to play at this table and do this two-shot with our first episode having been last Sunday, but to also donate their art to the fundraiser, which is super cool. You can check out the donation link and you can do little things for our players, like give them advantages or healing potions, which they're going to need. You can also check out some of their art. We've got a wild menagerie card deck set for 5e for our druids and our folks who can wild shape into cool things. We've got digital art for your characters. We've got a beautiful Mighty Nine tapestry. We've got tokens and proxies for Magic the Gathering, coloring books, play mats, metal plates, all of these awesome things. So do check out that donation link. All of the funds are going to World Central Kitchen. We have already surpassed our original goal and our stretch goal. So this is all just extra goodness on top. So please feel free to donate. You can check out that QR code or go to the link as well. Yeah. I'm so excited because we're, just going to have a really cozy game and nothing is going to go wrong whatsoever.
Not at all.
Yes.
Cozy D&D.
Our players have taken a long, cozy sleep, perhaps some a little bit more uncomfortable than others as Talonback got sassed right before bed, and have enjoyed some mushroom soup, some moldy bread, and are hunkering down either inside or outside, having had a few strange encounters here and there. They all have taken a long rest, restored spell slots and hit points after having had the life literally sucked out of them, and are rousing for the next morning. Grenmila is making a breakfast for you. You're all a little bit, it tastes good, but it's one of those things where you don't want to see how it's made. And you all, after having had a lovely warm meal, head out with Grenmila to the
what you have known to be this sort of sacrificial grounds, this altar that is kind of near you'd passed by it as you had gone along that mountain pass up through where there was that fissure in there, and you had found the dragon skeleton in there, as well as Headstone, who you dispatched with. You all found out that Headstone maybe was, in point of fact, a guardian of this land. You all arrive at this grassy sort of glade. And you've noticed that as you kind of woke up, most of you woke up pretty early, probably around the equivalent of 6 or 7 in the morning. Some of you slept in a little bit, perhaps. Some of you stayed up all night sketching, or perhaps trying to communicate with otherworldly beings that had come to visit you in the night. And you've noticed that as the day has gone on, that the sun didn't quite rise the way you're used to it rising. There's this sense of almost twilight, or that very dark moment before dawn, or that very dark, deep, kind of inky color right before it fades into the full blackness of night. There's this sort of feeling of this liminal space. And as time's gone on, you all know that time has passed, and you see Granmila looking a little bit worried as well.
Well, I think our powers are growing as we speak. Good thing we're here.
That's her power. She can do that. She can block out Palor's light.
Well, yeah, I think she kind of sucks the life out of things. So, good thing we're here.
And you take a look around, and you see this kind of glade, this grassy area. There are a few trees on the side, but you see that there's this up ahead. There's this kind of dip, or this sinking in of the earth. This kind of blackened pool in the middle there. And she goes,
well, looks like this is your stop, kids.
Well, before that, Moo, could I just talk to you for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, so I do my prayers at night, right? Pray to Pelor, Shining One.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Great. Unless Pelor is a small gnome, I was visited last night. Do you remember that vampire who attacked me and also ate your dad?
Of course, I do.
I was warned about maybe vampires.
That vampire?
Maybe?
Are we going to meet him?
I don't know, but Elwyn said watch our necks. Actually, all of you should probably watch your necks.
Maybe that vampire should watch his neck.
Well, hopefully I get to slice it off. But there could be a vampire involved.
Is one of us the vampire? I just...
Pixion stares at him. Can I detect good and evil?
Caito, you're muted.
You're muted.
wow, I was trying to add to the story and just talking to myself in a vacuum. You see Arthur like kind of pulling at his teeth a little bit, like, I don't know. You can cast Detect Good and Evil.
Sweet, do that.
You get no particular glowing from anyone around you, but you see that the pit up ahead itself is just.
The pit is definitely evil.
Okay. Look at it. I could have told you that.
For free.
That's just kind of like, that's kind of our thing, is, you know.
Well, do we jump in?
I guess so. Oh yeah, I got visited too, though.
Oh, by who?
Carmilla. Carmilla? What's her name?
Carmina.
Carmina, one of the tiefling adventurers, a bard, so cool pirate, very fun. Also gave me a warning, but it was a little bit more cryptic because my dad delivered it, because my dad talked to her. So he's
no way. Hope he's doing good. Hope he's doing
they're hanging out and stuff, and they're playing dice. But he gave me a warning and told us to all be careful. But he didn't say like what. I think dragons. So, but like that's obvious because we saw the dragon. So It seems like your
Vampire
was
dragon?
more descriptive than my dad, but that's usual. That's normal.
Okay. All right. So watch out for vampires and dragons, potentially vampire dragons. Don't get bitten by one of those.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, maybe it was vampire dragons. That'd be
I'm not
terrible,
sure.
but kind of cool. Would love the bones.
Vampire dragons, why is everything everyone says is bad?
Maybe dragons are cool, but I don't like vampires very much.
This gig is the worst.
Second
Well,
With you, you should.
Gunmiller?
Let's go though.
almost.
in we go.
Yeah.
Pixion is going to rear back and click her hooves of the Zephyr and charge in.
And as you see Pixion galloping ahead and leaping into the air to dive into the pool, you see Gren turn to you, Moo, and go,
Don't forget about that stone. It might be your only way back. Good luck.
Thank you so much for everything. Grandma, you're super cool. I love all your books. I read all your stuff. Can you sign this before we go?
Sure, just real quick.
you see her pull out this ratty, like gnarled looking quill, and she goes, and hawks up a loogie that's like bright, sickly green, and she dips the quill in it and just signs it.
Wow.
She puts the remainder of it and puts her hand like this, and she
Weird.
hands it back to you.
Amazing.
The literal worst.
Much.
Fire.
Now, you come back in one piece, all right?
Do our best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Bye.
Take care.
Wander away.
I also start headed that direction. Just look at Gren and you're so cool, and then just leap into the hole.
You see Arthur just cannonball in.
Talonbeck is gonna turn around and just go, I don't know about your bread, but the soup was good, and he'll just like back dive into the
Just-
hole.
That's too funny.
Yeah. Well, what about you, tall boy? Heading in?
I'm going to Squirrel, he kind of excited about all this. He casts fire, or no, first he casts fire shield on himself, prepares, and you see him run off and quickly change into that moon bear that you saw the other night, and then dive right after everybody else.
And as you dive in, you hear Gren go,
Well, that was fucking cool.
has everyone made it in?
I
I
believe,
believe so.
So,
Was Moo had swandove in.
Yeah, I have Swanda then.
And as the camera kind of pans out, you hear Gren go,
I think they'll make it grand. It'll take a fucking miracle.
she starts toddling back up the hill. And as you all kind of head first, or sometimes, bend over backwards, you break through this membrane of this black abyss. You'd seen these kind of tendrils coming out of the ground, and it's like breaking through this kind of viscous fluid. As you burst through it, you tumble through space for a moment. The light is rushing past you. It's deep purple, and you're seeing these splotches of black as you're kind of tumbling backwards. And as you tumble, you have a thought in your head going, I'm sure at least perhaps Talonback has the thought in his head of, why did I take this fucking job? This might be the last time you see the material plane, as you've tumbled backwards through into the abyss. And as you're thinking, reflecting upon conversations you've had with each other, your lives as they have been thus far, perhaps your family, your friends, encounters with the undead, moments with friends having beers at the Greasy Spoon, finding that exact perfect leaf that had fallen from that sugar maple tree all those years ago and sketching it in your book. That job that went exactly the way that you wanted to, playing dice with your dad. That one moment where you felt Pelor's light and you knew that this was your time. You all land in a thud, a heaping pile on the floor in this strange, cavernous room. The walls and floor are made of stone, but not any stone that you could recognize. It's solid. You look around, you see that there are these red pools everywhere. There's this strange steam rising off of it. You see strewn about as you look this odd flora and fauna. There's this great mound of this kind of sickly yellow, unknown substance that has these kind of tubes coming off of it, and it looks to be kind of pulsating just slightly. These red pools here letting off some sort of steam. You all are smacked right in the face with the scent of iron. You know what that is. You glance around and you see skeletal remains of humans, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, all manner of creatures here. These faces made of stone rising out of the water. You glance off in the far corner, you see this kind of swooping statue made of stone. And near it, you see this hulking mass of bone and leathery wings as you hear it kind of It hasn't noticed you yet as it's kind of slouched down, the skeletal figure of this dragon. You see at its feet a human figure wrapped in what looks to be royal blue robes and a red kind of under tunic, huddled at the feet of this dragon. You see this long silver hair kind of dipped into the pool of blood there, and you see it kind of shaking, and you're hearing whimpering. As you all straighten up, climb to your feet, a little bruised, but not too badly damaged, you assess the scene. You see the dragon's head pop up and look at you. You see these two glowing purple orbs of light where eyes should be. You hear well. And as you do, you see the figure on the ground start to try and get to its feet and slip a little bit. As the figure does, you recognize what seems to be... Is that Elder Golthus?
Oh no. Everything was not as it seemed.
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh,
So I have to put my hair... Hold on to your numbers. I made myself too sweaty with that description, so I have to put my hair up. I was like, I'm scaring myself.
I'm schwitzing.
now this dice decided to roll really well when, like, after the test rolls. So we got all the bad rolls out, everybody.
Oh no. Okay.
Good deal.
Hold on 2 seconds, I'm sorry. I want to...
Just realized I had resistance to necrotic damage this whole time. What a fool.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Elder Golthus, he's a bad guy.
Well, you don't know. He was at the feet. He was shaking. You don't know what's happening. It could be.
Well, that miniature is so cool.
He's clearly on the same mission as us.
Yes.
Dragon.
That mini is the one that was painted by our friend Darling Creepshow. Shout out to Darling Creepshow.
Amazing.
Was his little
Job,
boy
darling.
Elia? His little Eldraine errand boy? Is he sneaky?
Oh, the Corwin?
Was he the vampire?
You know, I don't know. Who wrote this story?
Who could do this to
Who
us?
could possibly?
Who could ever do this to us?
A person that you've come to trust. Okay.
I want to be on the
But
record.
he's-
I didn't like him from the beginning, so
You didn't like Corwin from the
But
beginning?
he's wounded, right?
So nice. He appears to be kind of wounded and is trying to get up.
oh, so
Okay.
he's fighting the dragon. I'm JK. I like them. What's up?
Let me get my 25 to 20s, please.
I got a 27.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Rogue's gonna rogue, baby.
Good, good.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, my 15 to 20s.
Ooh, 17.
17. Ooh, that was Lauren. You had a 19.
Yes.
What is your dexterity?
It is a +0.
Yeah, okay. And then we had Squirrel at 17. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What did my barbarian roll?
I got a 3.
Oh, why does that always happen to barbarians?
I got a 14.
Yes, thank you so much. I was just about to ask you.
Barbarian's bat cleanup.
Yeah. It's good.
There's just a lot of
Oh, like-
bones. I'm really interested in which ones are gonna be used for cooking.
I love how many people in this campaign want bones for various reasons.
Yes.
Because why not?
Fascinating.
Alrighty, the top of the turn order is going to begin with our very own Talonback.
Okay. It looks like we're very far away from that guy.
You're pretty far away, so squares are going to be, they're going to be 5 feet each on that.
Yeah. So, oh, there's squares. I see them now.
Ah, there they are.
Yeah, so I am just I'm gonna yell, everybody split up. And I'm gonna beeline, I'm gonna try and head towards Elder Golthos over there.
Go for it. Do you want to?
So I'll do a bonus action of dash.
Yep.
To check on him.
That is something you can do. Because you're a what? Rogue?
Rogue.
Roguelock?
Go, bro.
So am I just moving my character?
Bleak Season, our producer, can move. So with the dash action, you can get double your movement speed, but without having to burn your action to do so. So what is your movement speed?
It should be 30. Yeah, it's 30.
Okay, so 60 feet of movement, so that would be 12 squares.
And then is the
Oh, you can
Is
move
the-
your own characters.
cool? Is the blood difficult terrain at all?
It is considered difficult terrain, so I'm gonna have, if you are going to do this dash, you're gonna have to kind of cut through where that pile of bones is, kind of to your bottom left, and you'd have to do an athletics check or an acrobatics check rather to hop onto those spots. So feel free to move your own token in terms of where you would like to go.
Okay. So I think I can get. So that's my movement and my bonus action to get this far.
So you
and then-
used your bonus action to dash, so you still
Yeah,
theoretically would have your movement available to you.
Oh.
Is that
Well, the
correct?
dash was 30, and then I moved 30.
Yes.
So I think I used.
Yes,
So-
there you go. Yes, okay, correct. Yes. So now you have your action.
Yeah. So can I also use my movement or my action for a movement?
You can
that-
use your action to. I think you could use your action to dash and your bonus action to dash, because that's one of the perks of being a rogue, is that you're super fast. So, hello
Okay.
Raiders, thank you for coming in. Panda Queen plays.
I'll do my athletic or my Can I do acrobatics instead of athletics? I think
Yes, you can. Absolutely. That's what I meant to say, and I said the wrong A word.
How about a 14?
A 14. Yeah, you kind of deftly, almost like Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. You just like on the skulls in the water, doot, 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 and you hop over and you can land. I think you can get as close into him as possible.
Yeah. So I think on Owlbear it's showing that I'm maybe I'm in the wrong. Yeah. So I'm up against Elder Golthos. So I want to check on his well-being. I don't know if I have any action
Sure.
economy left.
As a free action, you can kind of once you get there, you can kind of help him to his feet, and you hear him go, "Oh, God, oh, help me!" Which I believe would be your. Oh my gosh, did we get another? Let's see if we got another raid. We did.
Wow.
Nerdicopia Network, thank you for coming in. We're playing D&D 5e, and you caught us in the middle of a dragon battle with all these cool, amazing artists who do lots of stuff for D&D and Magic the Gathering. So, here we are. Okay, so that'll be Talonback's turn. It is now the dragon's turn. Oh no, it's like the dragon rolled really high.
Something at 19, in fact.
I need. This should have happened at the top of the turn order, and I forgot to do it. I need every one of my players, please, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
If you're near me, you get +3 within 10 feet.
So that would be for Talonback, but since we had jumped into your turn, you will get the bonus because you would have all seen it collectively as a group around Pixion.
And what was the bonus? Sorry.
+3.
Okay. Well, that brings my total to 6.
Oh,
I rolled a 2.
Oh God. I rolled.
So
I got a dirty 20 on my end. So
Okay.
28.
Nice.
24.
And Lauren, what'd you get?
Dirty 20 as well.
All 4 of you managed to make this save as our poor Talonback. You will retcon this. I know that you moved in towards our Elder Golthus. You see this creature before you, and the panic starts to set in, the sweat dripping down your neck as you feel that sickly drop in your stomach. You've never been more frightened in your life. You are considered frightened in this moment.
Oh no.
You can repeat this saving throw at the end of your next turn in order to unfrighten. Otherwise, you're going to be frightened for a whole damn minute. And I should have said something first because you shouldn't have gotten that close. But you know what? This is D&D, and we're going to just improvise.
That's the way to do it.
And that is the fun part. Is that's not even really an action.
Oh no.
As you see it kind of rear back, and it cricks its neck a little bit. It opens its mouth, and you see this dark, swirling miasma pour out of its mouth. I need, let's see here, Arthur, Pixion, Moo, and Squirrel, please to make a DC 17 dexterity save for me.
Jesus.
+3? That's good.
You do get your +3.
Oh, so we got okay.
Oh, 17.
Oh no.
Which one do I roll?
Oh, I've been using real dice, fake dice. What am I doing? I have real dice in front of me.
what does that even mean?
I'm using D&D Beyond dice instead of the real ones. Oh, no, I lied. 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, I got 19. Let's go.
What was
Excellent.
For those points.
The DC was 17.
I didn't make it.
Moo didn't make it. Arthur, did you make it?
I'm at 10.
Oh no.
It was 16.
Hang on, let me just gather these real quick. I'm just gonna gather up my little rocks here.
I actually have less. Wait a minute. So wait.
Also, reminder that you have party advantages and you have healing potions.
Wait,
Don't forget.
Can I use that?
How do we use it?
So you would do exactly what you're doing, which is to say, "Hey, I would like to use this," and then the party goes, "Yes, you can use it," or they might say, "No, you can't." Ooh.
How is it for the whole party?
I'll save.
Yeah, it's for the whole party, right?
Yeah, there's 3 left.
3
Yeah,
advantage.
I'll wait. I'll wait for like a death saving throw or something dumb like that.
That's a lot of dice. That's a lot of dice is the thing.
Let's see
You sure you don't want to
They're
use
little
it?
dice.
No, I got death saving throw. I got.
I'm going to use the advantage because I'm the cleric. And
Oh.
15.
I have a note on the fear, sorry. I have an aura of courage, so everyone near me is immune to fear while they're within my aura.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So then Talonback, it would not apply. The fear would not apply at all.
I like it.
Dang. Okay, well,
That's better.
your DM hates that, but that's fine.
Only when they're near me, though, so.
Yes. So
And
you
it's a
know.
10-foot aura, so you gotta be real close.
Yeah. Let's see
That's where I
here.
started my turn.
You all who failed that save are going to take 43 points of necrotic damage.
Woof.
I'll take half that because I'm resistant.
So you are so you will take 21 if you are resistant, or if you succeeded on your save, you're going to take 21.
So we're taking 42.
So 21 if you succeeded?
21 if you succeeded.
Okay.
Excellent. Fun. It is a big fuck off dragon, and that takes us to Moo.
All right. Well, I was gonna do something else, but now that we're all fucked up, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mass Healing Word to everybody around me. Get ourselves back up a little bit, and that is going to heal a total of 12 damage to everybody who is around me.
Thank you.
And I'm also going to, how close do I have to get to this dragon? I really don't want to get close to this dragon, but I need to get within 30 feet of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I can. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, wait, I can't do anything because I already cast a spell.
On the bonus action, if it's a lower level spell, if it works as a bonus action in a spell slot of a lower level, you can.
Oh,
Or you should be
okay.
able to.
Is it equal or lower level?
Lower level, so it has to be a level
Lower
below.
level.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I have anything that qualifies. But wait, so if I move 30 feet, that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Okay. I'm going to
Ooh. April, you got an advantage.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Who did that come from, dear producer? Say that again, sorry. Bow Splitter, thank you very much for the
Thank you, Bow
advantage.
Splitter. The next hit will be in your name.
Amazing.
Okay, sorry, I was going to move, but I moved back. Is it possible to hold my movements? I know that's a little weird.
Technically, no. You can't hold your movement. You can hold an action.
Okay, then
Yes.
then I think I'll hunker down near the rest of the party and end my turn here.
Alrighty. That brings us to Squirrel.
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 So we need to engage. So I'm definitely gonna move. This bear moves 40 feet. So
Oh, right. You're a bear. You're a moon bear.
I was gonna say, do we all stand up and we're just like, bear?
You all have seen you've seen Squirrel do these shape changes enough to know that this is something he does. So it's like, where's Squirrel? Oh, he's a bear.
He's a bear.
Yeah.
He's a bear.
It still has a braid hanging from it.
Yeah, a braid. Yeah, totally a braid hanging from, just like a red plait.
and I will cast since I'm far enough away and I can't do anything physical, I will cast Moonbeam at 30.
Oh, dang.
You can cast the spell while you're in a wild shape.
I legitimately was just looking that up because you knew I was going to go look at them.
Kablam!
Kablam.
So damage is always at the beginning, so you can tell me when to roll it whenever you want.
So it's at the beginning of its turn, or like
Yeah.
okay.
So if it starts its turn in the moonbeam, or ends its turn in the moonbeam, or something like that. So like nothing happens right now except it erupts. So
Moonbeam's like over.
yeah, I mean it's inside of it.
It's inside of it. So, I mean, in my mind, the physics of the world, and this is, I don't know, just thinking physics, I would assume that damage would be dealt as soon as it's in the space
But
for the first time casting.
Yeah, but it just says it
Well, fine. Then we'll stick with what Watsy says. Dang it.
creature makes the save only once per turn.
Only once per turn. Okay, so then I will task you, my friend, to remind me to do that because
Yeah.
I will forget 100%.
Yeah, that's why like everyone's a little different. Some people like to just get it out of the way.
Totally.
But
Excellent. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
I don't think I can do much with my bonus action. Oh, wait a minute.
How wide is the moonbeam?
The moonbeam is a 5-foot diameter, so it's like a 10-foot circle.
Okay. And then did you put it like right at the center body, at the head?
Yeah, it's right, and it's kind of like where you would put like the between its back.
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna draw a little something. That's gonna look real bad. Sorry, Blake.
Yeah,
Susan.
so if it moves a little forward, it'll be in. If its tail's touching it, it's in.
I mean, it's a big thing. That's the
Yeah.
like, unless it really moves all the way out, then it can't. Lauren, thank you, Bleak Season. You are keeping me honest and together. Lauren, I know that it's a 10-foot diameter.
10-foot diameter.
Yes. And then we had retcon, Lauren, you wanted to move after all. So are you getting near Squirrel where you had moved your token?
Yeah, I was gonna move here anyway and crouch behind like a boulder, or whatever that form was, if that was possible. If not, that's fine. I just want to move closer.
Yeah, well, since I can't do anything else with my boat, I could. I might as well dash and get a little closer.
Oh, it's a 5-foot diameter. Thank you, Arifus. I appreciate it. And Phoenix Wacky, yes, there is a subclass feature on this. Excellent. Okay. So I don't think you can dash because that, unless you have
You cast a spell.
you cast a spell.
Okay, you're ready.
Yeah, never mind then. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. That will bring us to Talonback as you're standing there and you're helping. Oh no, the terms of service violation. These cats in their buttholes.
Oh no!
Just teabagging the screens.
Gone.
The sensor bar just appears over.
That would be amazing. Oh my god.
Good goblin children, April.
Children.
As you Talonback, as you're helping Elder Golthus and he's leaning heavily on you, you're kind of comforting him as best as Talonback can, and he goes, "Oh, thank the gods you've arrived on time. I was getting very concerned that you might miss the party." And as he turns to you, you see these long fangs extend out
Oh,
as his eyes go glowing coal bright, and he goes for a bite against you.
oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, piss and shit.
Fuck.
I love that.
Does a 17 hit you?
So I'm wearing a cloak of displacement, so I have
Nice.
disadvantage.
Oh.
Covering his neck.
It is a scarf.
Yeah.
Does a 17 hit you?
Oh.
A 17 does hit me, except for
What are you doing, baby?
but I'll use uncanny dodge to have the damage.
So you would have received 5 piercing damage from the bite itself, plus Let's see here. 13 points of necrotic damage. So 18 have.
Always necrotic. I hate it.
Yeah, as you feel the life force being sucked out of you, it's 9 total points of damage at the end of that.
9 damage.
9. Yes, indeed. As it takes a bite on you, and you hear him go, and that will be his turn. He's so delightful, isn't he? That'll bring us to Pixion.
Okay. Alrighty. So I don't think she's seen what's happened over there, but she does see a dragon. So I can move 40 feet. So I will move 40 feet in the most direct charge, in the most direct manner towards the dragon. I do have my horseshoes of the zipper, so I'm not stopped by difficult terrain.
Excellent.
Simply run over the blood. And then I will bonus action Misty Step another 30 feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Can I move me? Oh, I can.
You can move you. Yes, you can all move you. You can all move you.
20, 25, 30.
There's also a measure tool there on the toolbar that can give you.
Oh, work.
Yeah.
So then I can bonus action Misty Step another 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, how far away is the dragon? 5, 10, 15 feet. 10 feet.
Yeah, heads 15 feet. Yep.
All right. Let me just see if I have anything or if I should just get closer.
Oh, right. Yes. I forgot that you have you can just hover in the blood.
Yeah, I can just stand in the blood. I'm doing great so far.
Oh, so yeah, that's right. The blood is difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Pixion is going to hold onto her holy symbol of Paylor and pray, and she is going to cast Crusader's Mantle.
Go on, I'm listening.
I radiate a magical aura in a 30-foot emanation. While in the aura, you and your allies each deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage when hitting with a weapon or unarmed strike.
Wow. Lovely.
Okay.
How about them apples?
So that's what she do. She'll rear up and hold her holy symbol and cast that.
Excellent.
Can Bleak show the aura on there for us?
Oh, ooh, can you put an aura? Oh, look, I see an aura happening on the screen there.
An aura?
Oh.
A 30-foot aura for me?
Bleak season, just making things happen for us. Oh, look at blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Here.
Friends,
you.
Arthur, I'm going to have you, as a free action, because I am asking you to do it, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Hell yeah. Let's do. Can I use my advantage on this?
Yes, I mean, you certainly can. In my book, I would say defer to the team.
GM is asking for investigation. I want to make sure I'm not. We have like 3 advantages. I just want to make sure we're not using all the advantages.
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
Investigation. 17.
17. You see this yellow pulsating mass of strange tubular shapes in front of you. You're getting a sense that this is probably not a good thing. But as you kind of like are gearing up to get around, you're seeing the action that's happened so far. The height on this structure itself is probably like chest height or a little higher. You see that on the floor, the stone floor there, you see that there is a glowing kind of circular, like just the outline of a circle that looks sort of purple at one angle and gold at another, just hidden underneath this mass. It's just kind of radiating at you.
Underneath this thing?
Underneath that thing.
Is it organic? Like this yellow?
Appears to be, yeah.
Fuck it. This is, for whatever reason, it's like anti-ASMR and it's getting me angry, and Arthur is gonna rage.
Yeah.
Grab his let's see. It's fleshy. He's gonna grab his chef sword, grabs it up, and starts just hacking away at this with the kind of like finesse that a chef would be hacking when he's like trying to cut through like and get like nice cuts of meats.
Ugh, amazing. Roll an attack roll for me, please.
What is it?
I got a 1. Natural.
Oh no!
No!
Did you get a natural 20? Did you?
Worse natural 1.
A natural 1?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Should I use advantage on this?
Oh no. Well, that's fun.
It's cool. We're here.
Oh man. As you rear back and you go to hack this thing,
Oh.
you hear a clang
Oh no.
as your sword makes contact with the floor. It's badly bent.
Oh.
It is not broken. It's still serviceable, but it's badly bent. You would take a -5 on your rolls with it.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I know.
Damn.
I'm
Super
allowed to
neat.
make 2 attacks per turn.
Uh-huh.
I put my chef's sword back in, and I'm thinking to myself, amateur mistake. This is bread, and take my bread sword out, cutting away through the exact same thing with the bread sword.
Amazing. Go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
What is that? 16. It is bread.
16 will hit. Go ahead and deal that damage. It is bread.
It is bread. Clear.
Taco, get out.
Naughty, this is not only fans, only kittens.
Go to bed.
6. Seven.
7 points of damage?
Yes.
Excellent. As you lop off like one of the large protruding tubes and you go, silly me, it's bread, and you hack off it. And it goes through just very adeptly. You knew you had to use a serrated knife. There's this spray of this like bright yellow, sickly looking liquid. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh my goodness.
Zero. Natural 20, let's go!
As you see it kind of spurt out from this tubule that you've cut off, you roll back out of the way and it spurts in the air, and as you see it land on the stone, you see it go and start burning away at the stonework here. You're gonna have to be very careful in terms of how you hack this thing apart, but you did some significant damage to it.
Can I also move around just a little bit closer to like how do I undo drawings? Oh, here we go. Can I move like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Yeah, you can.
40, like right around here instead, so like
Uh-huh.
to the party just a smidgen.
Sure, absolutely. Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That's all.
Excellent. Talonback, it's your turn. You just got bit by a friggin' vampire, man.
Yeah, so Talonback is gonna reel back, grabbing his neck. Oh, you son of a bitch! I think this contract is canceled. So I will. Bonus action. I'm gonna drop Hexblade's Curse on him.
Woo!
So for 1 minute, gets the cursed target, I get a +4 bonus to damage rolls. And I score a critical hit on 19 or 20.
I love this for you.
All right. And then I'm going to try something new for my attack. He's going to pull back with his rapier, and you guys see energy start swirling around it, and you hear like this loud booming noise coming from his area as he casts Booming Blade, which is part of my attack. So we'll do attacking. And
You cast sword.
I cast sword basically. It'll do extra damage to him and stuff. And I am at a +7 on attack. Does a 19 hit this guy?
A 19 does hit that guy.
That's awesome. So I'll get to do my my rapier damage is a D8. The booming blade damage will do an additional D8, and then because I am a swashbuckler, I get my sneak attack damage if I'm alone with him. So I get 2d8 and 4d6.
Hell yeah.
Sheesh.
Roll them dice. Roll them dice.
8. Oh my god, 16. So the two eights were straight up. So sneak attack is 4, 9, 15, 16.
Nice.
Plus 3, so 22, and then the Hexblade's first damage is another 4, 26.
26 points of damage on one strike. Damn.
That was just the sneak attack. The 16 was the blade and booming blade. And then I will use my fancy footwork to withdraw from his area
Nice.
without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Dang.
So good.
So I'll run over here.
Get it,
Because
King.
discretion is the better part of valor. And now he is covered in the booming energy, and if he moves on his turn, if he moves on purpose, he takes another 2d8 of thunder damage.
Oh,
Such a good turn.
oh, brutal, brutal.
So
Wow, okay,
that's my
fine.
go.
Fine, fine. I see how it is.
It's like that.
Wow, it is like that, huh? Okay. Well, that brings us to the dragon's turn, who needs to take moonbeam damage.
Yes, it does.
Yes, he does.
Well, you also need to make a Constitution saving throw of 17. So take full or half.
Ooh, that's a 16 plus 12. So 28. 20.
Plus 12? Oh.
It is a dragon.
That's no, just like, oh. Wrong spell to be using. But the damage was 20, cut down to 10.
It's
mean-
radiant, so it should take
Radiant.
more, yeah?
I don't know.
If it's radiant damage, then yes, the damage is doubled on this
It
one.
is
Ooh.
radiant.
So it
Here,
is-
let me just double check. Yes, it's radiant.
20 points of damage.
So, oh well, that's not horrible. I'm trying, but man,
Pretty good.
Oh,
Excellent. Anything else that you would like to do?
oh no, that's your turn. This is
Oh, that's my turn.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Wow.
is the beginning of your turn. Yeah, the moonbeam always kind of causes that confusion since
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you know.
the silly druid gets involved.
You know, fuck me, I guess. So the dragon is going to leap into the air
Oh,
and
no.
soar over this way and
we
Come
hate
back.
that.
Oh,
and land
Bye,
what are you doing?
Bye,
Quit it.
Nate.
there.
Oh no. Chill.
And is going to take 2 attacks. One against you, Squirrel, and one against you, Moo. Right now.
How high up did the dragon fly when it flied past me?
It got about 30 feet up. What's your sphere?
I have a javelin that I can huck at it as a opportunity attack. No, I can't. I don't know.
I think it would have to be the weapon that's already drawn. Yeah, which you can make the opportunity attack because it did fly away from you.
I didn't think I was in combat with it, though, was I?
I mean, you were not close enough for melee range, I don't think.
I don't think I can hit it with my morning star.
I don't know that you would be able to reach with morning star.
No, that's okay.
Yes. Alrighty. As it lands, it's going to take its 2 attacks as it rears back with one of its claws at you, Squirrel. Does a 21 hit you?
Ooh, it does.
Ooh, bad luck, old chap.
Ooh.
That will be 16 points of slashing damage as it rears back with one massive, gnarled-looking, bony claw and catches you right across the back. And you see this tuft of golden fur kind of fly off of you. And as soon as it does that, it whips around and tries to crack you, Moo, with its tail.
Before that happens, as that's happening, the strike also with my fire shield does 7 fire damage. That claw that swiped at me cast my shield to burst into flame on his.
Oh, snap!
Nice.
Snap! It's gonna take a swipe at you, or a whack at you, Moo, with its tail.
Can it not?
I mean, it's gonna. Quick question: can it not? That is going to be an 18 to hit. Does that
That'll
hit
do
you?
it, fam.
Oh no! Who did this game? Terrible. That is going to be not as high as I thought it was going to be. 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I can deal with that.
As you get caught right in the gut, as it whips around and cracks it, you see it swing into the that yellow, acidy looking thing and crack it right across the middle. I need Arthur to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
I got you. 17.
17. As you see it coming whipping around, you duck and roll out of the way, just like 5 feet down this way as you move, and you see it crack and split. You see the spray of acid go out towards kind of that entrance over there on the right hand side. You see that the oozing mound of organic material is starting to. And as you do, Arthur, you look and you see that there are a few more holes, these kind of round baseball-sized holes in the stone there, and you're looking at them. Make a history check for me.
History 13.
13. It's hard to see because it's not cleared away, but you're seeing kind of a sequence or a pattern developing on the floor underneath this thing, and you're thinking only a couple more hits might do away with whatever this is blocking it. That will bring us to Moo's turn.
All right. Moo, having just gotten hit, it's like, gets back up, and she's going to first use her action to cast. We're going to try this again. We tried it so many times. We're going to try it again. To cast Channel Divinity, Seer Undead, or Turn Undead, that transforms into Seer Undead. So she holds on that staff, the skull eyes that glow green, and it radiates with a pulse of radiant energy. Let's see if it takes. It'll be a DC 17 con.
DC 17 con. Oh, 16. Not kidding you. I rolled so low. Wow.
Yes!
No.
Get the fuck away from us! So
I
So-
did
Wow.
have an advantage on this roll, but I didn't call using it beforehand, so I'm not going to count it.
oh man, okay. So yeah, it's gonna be turn undead. So it must so now it fails its save. It has frightened and incapacitated for 1 minute, and for the duration it tries to move as far as it can from me on its turn. It ends early if it takes damage, if I haven't incapacitated, or if I die. The seer undead deals it also 5d8 radiant damage.
Wow.
You watch. Go ahead and roll your 5d8 radiant damage.
All right, that'll be
5d8.
a 31.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that double because it's undead?
I don't. It's radiant damage. I don't know, but it may be.
Only Caito knows.
I mean, listen. It wasn't looking great before. It's not looking great now. But as you launch this shower of sparks of radiant energy, and you see it, and you hear it kind of snarl, and you hear this very soft, feminine voice in your ear, going, "Foolish little moo.
Oh,
I'm the one who scares you." And you see it, the head just kind of level with your own. It does not take the fear condition.
oh.
And in response to that, I'm like, I look at it, and I just cast spiritual weapon right in front of me. I just like, cleave right in its face. I'll be
Aw.
doing the scaring here, and that will be. No, I should upcast this. I'm going to upcast it at 4th level.
What does a spiritual weapon look like?
The spiritual weapon is a scythe.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, so good.
Yeah, a glowing
course
green
it
thing with
is.
scythe. The skull, there's a skull on top of the scythe as well, but the skull has a little bow behind its head. It's like
Aw.
very cute. But yeah, I cast this at level 4 or 4th level, and I'm gonna roll for attack, which is gonna be 27 to hit.
Ooh, 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 spicy meatball.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got meatballs, we got bread. This is pasta, right?
It's a smorgasbord.
Does it hit? Does it hit?
It does hit. You said it's 17 to hit?
Yeah. Well, no, it was a
Oh, sorry.
27.
27. Yeah, no, that hits for sure. 100%.
All right.
Sorry, I was doing too many numbers at once, and I was like, yeah, short circuit.
Get
Yeah,
him, Moo.
That'll be 48 radiant damage roll. Move thing? What is this? I can't see what my roll was.
15.
Oh my god. Oh, now it's gone.
It's 15.
15? You saw it?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Where did you see it?
In D&D Beyond?
Yeah, we can see each other's rolls
Oh.
in D&D Beyond.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
There's
Yeah,
also
15.
a like a catalog of them too.
That's so cool.
Love
All
it.
right. 15 radiant damage from spiritual weapon.
15 radiant damage. As you see the spiritual weapon, the scythe, fly up into the air and come crashing down on one of the feet. You see it lop off a bony toe, and the claw goes spinning in the air and lands at your feet.
Oh no.
One's mine.
Nice, Caito.
The dragon's being possessed.
You know, we give gifts to our players. Squirrel, you're right there, and you saw all of this happen. What would you like to do?
You want a toe? I can get you a toe.
I will get you a toe, honey.
Oh man, I think I'm trying to decide, do I move my moonbeam, which would be all I could do, or do I I can try and hit this thing. And then, so let me try this. I think I'm oh, you know what I forgot to do? Can we just retcon one tiny thing?
Yeah, what's up?
We need to find out what happened to Squirrel when he changed into a bear.
Oh, right.
Oh,
He's
the
got
wild
wild
shape.
magic, yeah.
I got a 68, real
I
quick.
forgot about that.
68. 68 says within 100 feet of you, the area around you turns to the next season. Oh, well, I did that before I jumped in, so it's like winter.
As there's this this big patch of snow that on the material plane, Grenmeal is like
Yeah.
just shuffling through the snow.
So I'm a little little rattled with being swiped at, and I know I should move this moonbeam on it, but I think I'm going to attack it. So I get 2 attacks, one with my bite and one with my claws.
Do it.
And being a moon bear, it also has extra radiant damage.
Yes.
Everybody's got radiant.
It's called Moonlit Strikes.
Oh my god, we are we're the amen.
This is a home cooked creature from Aaron.
I guess I'm the only one.
Okay, so
I got no radiant.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, props.
I can deal a little extra
that's not
necrotic.
good. So my first bite
Oh my goodness.
is a 14 to hit,
A 14 does not hit, unfortunately.
and then I will try to make a claw attack. I'm going to use a different dice. This one's not helping me. Oh, that's even worse.
No!
Change
I'm
dice.
rolling all the low stuff, so
Oh
definitely an
no!
11 isn't going to hit either. So
Damn you, Will Wheaton!
I should just move the moonbeam. That would have been free.
Oh, bummer. Oh my god. Okay, I believe that's your turn, right?
Yes, it is. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to. No, I need to be near Moo, just in case my presence gives her an opportunity to get like behind me or something like that.
Must
sweet.
protect Moo.
Oh yeah, Caito, I
Yes.
realized that I clicked the wrong damage when I rolled for that spiritual weapon hit. It's 10 force damage and not a 15 radiant damage.
Holy, I mean, still, that's incredible. Holy moly. Okay, great. I can fix that. Thank you for that correction.
No problem. It's a pretty significant change, so I just want to make sure.
Sure, yeah. You do see quite an impact overall, so.
Lauren, did you see the scythe Bleak made for you?
That's awesome.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I did see it. So cool.
Bleak season.
No.
Producer extraordinaire.
good.
Did you make? Wait, that you made that?
Bleak season did it.
Thank you, Bleak.
Yeah.
So sick.
As you Talonback, as you had put this curse on Elder Golthus, who is looking feral and ravenous. You see this kind of glowing eyes and these sharp fangs. You see that there's a bit of blood kind of pooling out of his mouth, and you see it kind of drip down.
My
his
blood.
chest. Your blood. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. You hear him start muttering under his breath
Uh-oh.
as he starts muttering some strange incantation. What languages do you speak?
Common, sign language, draconic, elvish, and thieves' cant.
It's not a language you recognize. It sounds really guttural and whispery. It's strange, and he's starting to kind of build on it, and you're hearing this kind of cacophony of it. It's almost like he's got multiple voices that are happening, and there's echoing around this chamber, and you're hearing it almost chant-like. What languages does everybody else speak as this volume increases?
Sylvan,
And-
Undercommon, and Common.
I speak Infernal and Draconic.
Common Infernal.
I don't think any of us speak it.
Oh.
If that's what he's doing.
Janelle, what languages do you speak?
Common and Infernal.
None of you seem to recognize whatever language he is speaking at this moment. And as he speaks it, you see his eyes just flash bright red, and you see the dragon's eyes flash bright red, and you see it start to kind of re-articulate, and you start to see it kind of snap back into place. It seems as though he is attempting, in whatever language this is, with whatever connection he has with pale night inside there. You see that in the center of the chest of the dragon, you see this kind of radiating, glowing gem in the center. It seems as though he's healing her.
Oh no. Oh, we gotta take him out.
As he finishes this incantation, that brings us to Pixion.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Hi, sorry, my cat's on his cat wheel. So as Pixion saw the dragon fly over her head, she's following it, and then I think she locks eyes with Mr. Vampire, whose name I forgot.
It's Elder Golthus.
Elder Golthus. I think she sees him and sees him casting that spell, and she is going to charge at him.
Amazing. While that is happening, welcome in, Raiders. This is a huge raid from Ricky Chu. I think it's Ricky Chu. Hello. Yes.
Oh,
welcome
wow.
in. That's a big old raid. Hello, everybody.
Oh my
We are playing D&D 5e. We're in the middle of an epic Draco Lich vampire battle in the Abyssal Plane, because that's how my brain works. So welcome.
How do I grab my token? I've pressed too many buttons.
Oh no, your token.
Oh no.
You have it highlighted now, so you should be able to move it. And if not, I can help move it for you.
Could you move it for me? I cannot seem
You want to charge at this bad boy?
However close. I got 40 feet of movement, so 5,
Oh
10,
no.
15.
I also can't move it. Weak
Oh,
season,
good.
help us.
Oh, is it locked? I just unlocked it. Did that work?
Ah,
There it is.
Aha, there you go.
Okay, we figured it out. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Ooh, you did.
Okay, I'm going to charge at him. And I see him doing his evil spells. And I'm going to say, naysayer who does not walk in Palor's light. And I'm going to hit him with my Morning Star.
And he goes, Pixion Dunmane, I should have killed you when you were still fresh meat.
No way.
Go ahead and hit him. Just hit him right in his smug face.
Right in the
Right in the face.
16 plus 8.
6. Yeah. Yes. That hits.
Cool.
Hello, welcome in, darling Creepshow's channel. We love you guys.
8 plus
Hello.
4. 8 plus 4. 5, 6. So 9 points of piercing.
Ooh. Love it.
And then he is also got disadvantage on his next attack rolls.
Love
Ooh.
that.
And by aura, I am going to be very angry at what he said to me and blast a shining smite into him.
Oh, do it. You said
So
9 points of piercing damage?
9 points of piercing.
Ooh.
And now he's going to take an extra 2d6 radiant. That is 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9 points of radiant. Okay.
9 points of radiant damage, which...
And then he also sheds a bright light in a 5-foot radius. All attack rolls against him have advantage, and he can't benefit from invisible.
Oh, man, that is a sucker punch of a blow. Oh, my God.
And she's just gonna
Damn.
hiss you at him.
You hear him as you see his skin start to char a little bit. He goes, "Stupid girl." That will. Unless is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that's everything. My aura's
That's everything.
that's all. My aura's gone too.
Alrighty then. That will bring us to Arthur, seeing everything that is happening around you, seeing the blow from the dragon's tail having taken out that kind of big Icarus thing. You see the pattern start to unfurl on the floor. What do you do?
I'm realizing it's not bread, it's a jelly-filled donut.
Yes.
About things right now. And so I'm gonna go
Spoon
ahead.
sword.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, use my sword as a sword, bread sword as a bread sword, and start cutting and hacking away more at this jelly-filled donut. So
Go ahead. Go for it.
Why can't I math? 16. That's how to math.
Yeah, that'll hit. While you're doing the math on your damage roll, just want to give a special shout out to Darling Creepshow, who is in the chat now, who had painted this amazing mini of our spooky dragon that we are using today. So thank you, Creep. We love you.
Good job, Darling Creepshow.
Thanks, darling group show.
13 damage?
13 damage as you go, this is a jelly donut. You rear back and you hack it. You see it spray with this acid damage. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Let's go.
Wow.
Amazing.
Real life, I failed at dexterity roll. However, 9.
A 9. You are going to take. You're gonna take 12 points of acid damage as you get splashed, and you can feel it burning your skin. God. And as you kind of clear your eyes, you look down at the floor and you see imprinted on the floor those kind of baseball-sized holes that are dug into the stone there. You notice the pattern. You recognize the pattern. This is the Dragon Dance constellation.
Oh shit.
And suddenly you look down at your own chest and you see this pulsating, glowing mote of light. And it kind of shoots out of you, and you see standing before you the tall, hulking figure of the Goliath. He smiles at you, nods his head, and you see him vanish back into this ball of light and land in one of the holes.
Oh.
And you see it start to glow and pulsate.
Nice.
Y'all, I'm gonna take a bonus action to relay this information.
Sure.
All right. You know that dance, the dragon dance, that thing. Here now, put in hole.
What?
As this all happens, you're like, what? As soon as you
Don't
hear,
speak infernal.
damn it, man! I told you I don't speak infernal. And as you hear the constellation named the Dragon's Dance, you remember you're flooded with the stories that your friends told you. You're flooded with the memories of these strange, ghostly figures that had appeared before you, and you feel the pulsation in your chest. Talonback, as you stand there, having contended with this vampire, you're kind of, you see before you once again that high elf in the top hat with the cane, and he tips his hat to you. You see his crossbow in his hand, and he aims his crossbow at the vampire and shoots him right between the eyes, and you hear him rear back.
Nice.
You see him wink at you. He transforms back into this mote of dust. You see it fly into the air and land into one of the holes, and you see it glowing there before you.
Nice.
You see Moo, as you recover from this getting hit by this dragon, you're standing up and you look down at your chest, and kind of pouring out like a waterfall, you see the figure of Carmina. She goes, very well done. Your father would be proud. And she vanishes and dives into one of the holes there. Squirrel. You see before you the short figure of Gren looking
right from underneath me.
Yeah, just kind of coming around from the other side of you, and she goes, oh, well, guess we figured this out. Good job, kid. See you up on the other side. And she lands into one of the divots there. Pixion, finally, standing there in front of this vampire. You saw him get hit in the head with this ethereal bolt. You see this lurch from your chest coming forward as Elwyn stands in front of you again, and he goes, I mean, is it fun? Are you having a good time?
I am.
Good. Listen. Just take this fucker out, would you? And he reaches out and touches the end of your morning star. You see it glow with this brilliant light. And he goes, later. And you see him, and he lands into the hole. You see Elder Golthus writhing, and he turns and looks at you. go ahead and make an attack roll at advantage for me, please.
Get him.
All right. Okay, so the first one was a 1. So we're putting that away. Oh!
No way.
That's
No
what
way.
Yes! Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh!
So good.
Good dice.
As you see this like radiant energy off of the Morning Star, as you rear it back and you hit him right in the side of the face, you see the jaw fracture. You see this spurt of this Icarus black blood. His eyes go sideways. He goes, fuck. And hits the ground. As you do, you see the motes of light glowing in the floor. As they do, they swirl and circle upward and create this dance of 2 dragons, one gold and one purple. The cyclical nature of life and death, this honoring of the balance. As this happens, you see the dragon. If a skeletal dragon could have fear in its eyes, you see the eyes, these 2 glowing purple spheres kind of constrict as it sees this. You see it rear back, the gem in its chest, and as these 2 dragons dance and swirl around it, you see them catch the dragon right in the chest. The gem cracks, splits open, tumbles to the ground, and as that happens, you see the skeleton, the remains of Cowl Torment swaying in place as it falls into this boiling blood pool. As that happens, you feel the ground begin to shake around you. You see that the rocks and the stonework on the walls starts to crumble and fall inwards. It's splashing into the boiling blood. It is time to get the hell out of here. As you all rally together, you come as quickly as you can.
Pro bones first.
You grab a couple of bones from the bone dragon there.
I earned it fair and square.
As you call out, you're holding this blue stone in your hand, the one that Gren had given you, and you radiate this light outward, Moo, as everyone starts to beeline it towards you as this whole cavern is starting to cave in on itself. You feel on your shoulder a hand, and you hear in your ear, "I'm so very proud of you." And you feel the soft touch of your father's hand on your shoulder, and he goes, "That's exactly right. You and me, we gotta play dice sometime."
I do. You'll win every time, though.
I'll teach you how to do it. And as he squeezes your shoulder once, your friends gather around. As soon as it happens, the walls are crumbling, the floor is falling out from below. You see this blue light radiate outwards. You all sucked into it, and you feel yourselves being pulled by the navel up through this chasm. You're seeing the purple and gold now light strip past you as you tumble out of this portal, and you land on this grassy knoll in front of this portal that has now sealed itself over. And as you do, you see Grenmilla sitting there, and she's chewing on a piece of grass. She looks at you and goes, "Yeah, looks like you did it. Good job, kids." And that, my friends, is where we are going to leave our adventure. Thank you all so much for joining us for Pale Harvest. Thank you to all of the wonderful raiders who came in. Sorry, we were right at the end there and I wasn't able to say hello, but hello now. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sweating. Holy moly. We are going to do our outros because we've been playing Pale Harvest. It's a D&D 5e homebrew adventure that I wrote, and I'm really happy about it. It was a 2-part series with these lovely folks who are all wonderful artists in the TTRPG and Magic the Gathering space. So I'm going to have them all introduce themselves and tell you what they do and where you can find them on the internet. I'm going to start with Lauren.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lauren Brown. I am an art director at on Magic the Gathering and an illustrator. I have my own podcast called Painted in Color on YouTube, Painted in Color. You can find me on all socials at Lab Illustration, L-A-B Illustration, on Instagram, on Blue Sky, on Para, wherever else you can find socials, and I share my art and journey. Thank you so much for watching, y'all.
Yeah, amazing. Let's go to Janelle.
Hi, everybody. I'm Janelle. I also do art and stuff for all sorts of places, and you can also find me on the Blue Sky and the Instagram and the book face and all that stuff. And I just use my full name. I'm not very creative. I got Shivas. They're somewhat. I was trying to get them here beforehand. They're being really dumb, but you'll see.
To babies. Aaron.
Hello, I'm Aaron. You can find me at aaronbmiller.com. That's B as in boy, or Aaron Draws, or Aaron Miller.
You're on the internet.
You're around.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to say what else you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like,
That's okay.
no, I'm not used to this.
We get distracted by a Shiba Inu. It's okay. It's a debate.
I am an illustrator for Magic the Gathering and other similar types of projects, D&D, Humblewood, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Amazing. April Prime, tell us all about you.
Hello, I'm April Prime. I'm an illustrator and concept artist on Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. You can just search my name in Google, April like the month, and Amazon like Optimus. Wait, no, that's not right. Prime.
Amazon like Optimus.
I'm so used to
It's
saying
canon now.
Prime, Amazon like Prime, or Optimus like Prime. April Prime. My last name is Prime. Like Optimus. Okay.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
You're brilliant.
April,
And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Tyler.
Hey everybody, I'm Tyler Walpole. Like everybody else, I'm on all the things. You can just look for my name, Tyler Walpole. I'm an illustrator for Magic the Gathering. I'm also a miniature designer for Critical Role, and coming up soon, I'll have some stuff on Marvel Snap, probably.
Woo!
So,
Snap.
Yeah,
Wait.
and Caito, I just wanted to thank you so much for writing this wonderful adventure for us and doing all these characters. You're amazing.
So
And
fun.
Bleak did an awesome job of running it. So thank you very much.
Such a good dungeon master. All the voices
You're
are so good.
amazing.
Oh,
I had an absolute blast.
thank you. Thanks, y'all. I'm gonna go cry about it later, but I'm not gonna cry about it now because we're still on stream. Thank you guys all so much. This was kind of a wonderful, random, beautiful encounter that Aaron and I had run into each other at Gen Con. We had been longtime art friends in the art world in Chicagoland area, and then I met Tyler, and then all of a sudden we were like, let's play some D&D together, and then it turned into this magical wild ride.
It happened.
All the character art that you saw today have been drawn by the individual artists. I really wanted to shout that out because they have all such amazing styles. So do check that out. Big shout out to Darling Creepshow again for the use of the minis, specifically Headstone, the giant, grave giant that we used, as well as the dragon. I have a million more thank yous to get through, so I'm going to keep going. I want to give an extra special thank you to my wonderful home game crew, Mo, Jason, Shane, McKenna, and Christina, for building the adventures from the amazing, the ghostly figures that had been visiting were actual characters created by them, and I'm very grateful.
Awesome.
Yeah. So those are ones that they built themselves that we got to implement in this, which is really fun. So it has been a very intense week, especially here in the US. So thank you all so much for joining us, for bringing a little bit of joy and a bit of light, and raising a lot of money for a really great cause, World Central Kitchen. We raised $3,115, which we met our goal, we met our stretch goal. So thank you all to everyone who donated. That was a really, really big, wonderful thing. We're really happy to have that. I'm really also looking forward to having you guys at my table again soon. So let's talk about that offline. Also, I'm Caito. I'm a GM. I haunt the halls of Folk and Myth. You can catch me on the internet. I'm on Twitter, not for very long, at Only Handbasket. I'm on Instagram at The Hell in a Handbasket. I'm an actor in burlesque dance. You can check out my stuff. I got more stuff coming up. I'm always here at Folk and Myth, and I'm over at Queen's Court Games. We are going to raid the Lion Creative. So thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for the donations. Extra special thank you to these wonderful artists and players. Extra special thank you to my producer, Honey, with the mostest, who is very patient and very wonderful, Mr. Bleak Season, for pulling all of this together. It was deeply appreciated. So take care of yourselves, drink lots of water, remember to breathe, and at dawn we ride. See you later.
Right.
At dawn.